Let's take the time to fix it.
Why?
Oh, we're on screen.
Yeah, I know, because it's a preview mode. So I was not able to fix it in preview mode. It had to be in the side studio mode. So it did fix itself, though. So I was right. Also, hello, everybody.
Well, welcome, everybody. We didn't know if that was going to work or not. We're glad you guys can see us. You couldn't hear us. Welcome to Rep RPG. Tonight we're going to be doing our Blood in the Bayou campaign, our Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition live play. A little shenanigans tonight. They shenaned once, they're going to shenan again. And tonight, we don't know right now where tonight's going to take us. But let's see who's going along for the ride. Matthew.
First of all, it's interesting that you think that any of us ever know where any night is going to take us.
Nope.
So, you know, there's that. But hi, everybody. I'm the brain piloting this meat suit named Matthew. And tonight, I'm playing Jace Campbell, your local friendly Tremere. Friendly. Emphasis on friendly.
Hi, I'm Meg, and I'm playing Mrs. Jenny Callahan. You probably know my husband, well, my ex-husband, James Callahan, Master of Divinity. Yeah, I'm Jem, the Malkavian, and I've never done anything wrong.
You didn't ever.
Ever. Honestly, I didn't do it. I didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, I had a plan on how to do these intros, and I totally fucked it up.
We can rewind. We can redo it. Do you wanna?
Yeah. Do we just want to take it from the top?
I want you guys to tell me. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Your worst mistake since you've been a kindred, and then I want you to pass it along to. I'm passing the intro off to. And you say like the person who did something worse, or the person whatever. Tell me a little something about like your perspective of that character, and they have to own it and do an intro.
Oh no.
This is healthy.
Oh no. Okay.
Yes.
Wait. So do I have to start?
You have to start again.
No. Sway has to pick first.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I have to pick first?
Yes,
Okay.
because if you've decided to send us if you've decided to send us on a totem pole of who was worst and most problematic, then you have to start at the bottom, and you have to decide who is least problematic. Right? Goddamn now.
Fair.
Damn. So, hello everyone. I'll start off the intros.
And pass it off.
Do something worse.
You're saying some things today.
I'm Eldridge Sway, and I'll be the storyteller tonight. And the worst thing that I've done this entire series is what I did last episode.
Good. Good. What did you do?
I'm going to turn over the intros to the most traumatized character.
The victim of your wrongs last week.
Who thinks they have the most traumatized character?
We all know it's Meg.
Hi, I'm Meg.
Don't pretend we don't.
And I'm.
No.
That's a very good point, Joey.
No.
Lay down.
I'm Meg, and nope.
Just no.
And there it is.
Just no. What do I say? The thing that I think I did the worst?
No, yeah, like
What
you
did
know,
I do?
I turned it over
What
like
have
I'm the
I
most
done?
traumatized.
Okay,
blah,
and
blah,
like, the worst thing I've done. The worst thing I did was have coffee with a priest.
blah. Okay, and who are you turning it over
I'm
to?
turning it over to I'm turning it over to someone who fully thinks that wanton violence is the answer to all of the questions.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Kat.
Yep.
This is my new favorite intro style, by the way. We're doing it every fucking week. This is change approved, okay?
Feel free.
This is it.
This is the Sway and Rep RPG intro. This is how we do it.
It's the new format. Done.
Hi, I am Kat, and I am playing Liz, who is a resident gangrel, scourge of New Orleans, has done everything wrong ever in her life. The worst thing she's done is be locked in a basement for 50 years, kill a lot of vampires.
Mhm.
And I'm going to turn over to the one character here who's been stabbed more than every other character here.
Go ahead.
Wait.
I feel like it's you for blood magic reasons.
Is it me?
I feel like it's you.
Not self-stabbing, other people
Who's been
stabbing.
snaked the most in
Oh!
this group?
Oh, hi.
Because you've been staked
I've
twice,
been
right?
staked twice. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been shot once.
You got me by one. You got me by one.
Hi, I'm Pixie. I'm playing Siren. A false Toreador. Sitting here looking at the chaos around us. Her worst thing is thinking that the worst thing she's ever done since being a kindred is very different than the worst thing when she was a human, which was thinking she was oppressed as an upper class white woman in New York. But
I don't know, that might carry over.
I think it bleeds
She had
in.
to go to New Orleans to get that season.
Yeah. But
Woof.
yeah, she's learned some things since seeing
Good.
the real world. As far as you notice,
Hand over to.
listen, her parents hadn't come up in a long time until suddenly Jem opened that gate again, and she was like, "Oh right, that was my trauma. Fuck, like I got you
I
back
just
for it
love
though."
that we're both from New York.
Yeah, never ran into each other.
It's great.
You know what, Meg? I made it up to you though. I slapped you hard enough that you got 10 more years. So-
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Anyway,
Yeah, you're gonna want to keep that one real tight to the chest, by the way.
but I
This
won't.
could go. All right.
No, the worst thing I ever did as a kindred, though, genuinely, was probably... Oh, when I accidentally made half the population of the male population of New Orleans my bitches. I've been very careful since then. I've been the most well-behaved dog on these leashes since Vegas had to clean up after me. I have been so fucking well-behaved. And I defy you all to find anything else I have done
Honestly?
wrong since.
That's actually a solid, yeah.
I know.
You made
Making
us all
the Prince
relive
meal.
our worst memories ever. Do you remember
Yeah.
That was an accident,
Anyway.
though,
That wasn't-
so that's different.
That's
Also,
fair.
that wasn't.
Also,
a
that
bad
wasn't
thing.
a bad thing, and that was really ghost adjacent, so I still blame that on
That's
New
ghost
Orleans.
adjacent.
It was collateral damage.
It was
but at the end,
collateral
it was a good
damage.
thing.
Yeah.
So turn it
so
over
I'm gonna
to...
try. I know how to do this. Let me finish, teacher. God. And I'm gonna turn it over to
Everyone's character
the
dies.
person who has what?
Well, I'm drinking my dumb bitch juice. You just
Okay.
intro.
Great. I'm turning it over to the character who is who's voted most likely to accidentally be possessed at any minute of the goddamn day because he's just reckless.
I think you pronounced the character who's never done anything wrong before incorrectly.
That moniker was already taken, unfortunately. We only get one each. We've discussed this. You can't repeat.
Damn.
I think you pronounced arcane innovator incorrectly.
Oh,
Let's see. The worst thing that I've done since becoming a kindred
mhm. Not what the
was
camera
take
thinks, what you
notes.
think.
Was take notes on the first night.
See, both of us early on mistakes, and then we grew up, and we've been perfect ever since.
Perfect.
Exactly,
Literally
yeah.
perfect.
Jason Siren,
Diablerizing
totally
was
fine.
a good thing. Not a bad thing.
I mean, the worst thing you've done is torture, but that was good. So, like...
Yeah. No, the worst thing
That's
you did
fine.
is not just kill Oscar outright. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah.
No, I enjoyed
No.
the torture.
I know.
Yeah.
I feel like he deserved to die and be brought back every fucking day, though.
Hey,
And
man,
that
Yeah,
was-
it's like I'm torn on that one. Like, oh man, what would I have done?
we
I
can let
probably
him be
would've tortured
torn on that
fucker
one
for a while.
too. Like,
Matthew,
Yeah.
I think you gotta pass it on.
and I'm passing it on.
I guess you pass it on to me, and I'll kick off the story.
Yes, give it
Yeah.
back to him. Tell him what
And
he's
I'll-
done.
Well, we don't
yeah.
have to. We can start with
No.
me and with
Pass
you guys.
it, and I'm gonna pass it on to the person who won't stop killing off capable adults in this goddamn show.
You use capable of adults very loosely.
Oh my
I need to
god.
Because they were all primogens somehow.
No.
Sway, I need you to do this, but like as all the NPCs and then talk,
At
please.
some point.
All
yeah.
the primogen
do.
passing it off to each other at some point. That needs to be the game.
Oh no.
On our next
oh,
talk
no.
back, that's just
Oh,
what we're gonna
no.
do.
That's gonna do.
Can you hear my eye twitching at Jace?
I'm
because it
passing the phone to someone who doesn't know the difference between a weapon and an accessory. Lucy.
But it has sparkles. It's an accessory. I bedazzled the Glock, so.
I bedazzled the clock.
She absolutely did. She
Oh, hell yeah.
absolutely did.
Those bullets
might be
are
like-
filled with powder and glitter. They are
Mhm.
gunpowder and glitter.
No.
Jesus.
Half the distance,
Lucy.
twice the sparkle.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Blood splatter and
Last-
sparkles.
blood splatter and sparkles. Last we left off, our coterie for the most part was split up throughout the city, with the exception of Liz and Meg. Unbeknownst to Meg, while she was sitting in the cafe, there was a cat that went to go stalk the cafe, saw Meg arrive, and then a priest that Liz had
walked
already
into
got
the
the
bar.
information on. He was going to arrive. And then what did Liz do?
Liz watched Jim walk out and call out to the priest that is definitely going to not care about the 15 years spent together and murder her. Maybe. We'll see. If he has a change of heart, that's great. But I think someone's dying tonight. If it's me, if it's Jim, Mrs. Priest, one of us is dying
gonna-
tonight.
We're going to find out.
How fun.
And then, so like I said, unbeknownst to Jim, where did we leave off? What were you looking at?
I was looking at Jimmy. In a dog collar. With his tea. Oh no, he didn't, because he didn't get tea. Across the street. Waving back at me, but confused.
Yeah.
You just know he said his name and ominous thunder happened outside, and I was like, oh,
It
Yeah.
did in all of
no.
Orlando. It happened here too. That was terrifying.
Yeah, today we've had the worst storm today, and I think it's because Florida knows what's coming.
Florida.
Florida knows what's happening.
Do you remember? Florida remembers. I think we are Pepperidge Farm.
What would he call you? What was his sweet name for you?
His sweet name was Ruby,
Ruby.
because it's a red gem.
And you say, Jimmy. And he turns around and you wave. And he slowly, he does like the dog head cock. Very confused.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I get it,
looks
man.
at you and you just see emotion on his face. Just every emotion all at once. And he starts to raise his hand. And you see his mouth, because he's too far away for how low he's speaking for you to hear it. But you read his lips go, Ruby. And a horn sounds, a blast as a car is driving on this road. But Jimmy sees it in time, backs up. There is a split second that van is in front of you. It's one of these moving vans
Mm-hmm.
that is visually distracting or blocking him from you. What do you do in that split second?
I don't have celerity, so
You can still move faster than he will
but
understand.
not in a safe way. And I also think him seeing me and then me disappearing in the time it takes a van to move is not great either.
You know, if he had the same dream that you did,
Yeah.
he knows what you are.
I am. Yeah.
And him calling you Ruby
Means
definitely
he had the
lets you
same
know.
dream. You
The
know.
benefits of being a kindred, you move faster, you can think faster. So take the time you need to decide what to do. It's a split second for him.
I'm going to leave.
Okay. Liz, you also have a chance to do something here. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I'm gonna follow him.
You're going to follow him?
Hmm.
Okay.
Wherever he may go.
Wherever he may go.
Wherever he may go. It's absolutely fitting tonight.
Yeah.
Now, do you just turn and walk away? Do you run? Do you run real fast? But not celerity, but real fast? Or do you run?
I'm just gonna walk.
Okay. Split seconds over. The van moves. And what Liz is now looking at in your big cat form. It's a little house cat, but it's still big.
Yeah. Chunky.
Chunky boy. You see him, his hands down at his side now, and he's looking. And you see him actually wipe a tear. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. And you see his lips purse. Just a look of focus. And he
That's
turns and
not
walks
good.
towards the church.
Yeah.
I'll follow till he gets to church.
Okay.
Because I don't have any aversions to churches unless it's like
Yeah.
a true faith, true faith.
Yeah.
Which I'm guessing it will since this guy's coming into
It's-
it.
So, I mean, you guys, you would know if it was, if the true faith of the building was kind of like, it was soaked in. Like, you guys would
Yeah.
know. Because the kindred would have the Vatican is like that, but it's really one of the only places in the world. Even old cathedrals like this that would have that much continued true faith presence. Because surprising absolutely no one. There's a lot of religious buildings in the world that true faith has never resided in.
Yeah.
So it's not like a beacon. And as he crosses across the street.
Have we? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Have we decided that if I can use multiple powers at once, as long as it's not the same thing?
It kind of depends on what it is and what form you're in.
I
What do you
want
do?
to like jump up on like the stairs of the church as he's walking by, so he sees me again.
Okay, do you want to like jump over him?
Not over him, but like most churches have like stairs to handle. I'm
Yeah,
gonna jump
yeah.
up on the stairs so he sees me again.
What power are you wanting to use?
If he tries to pet me again, I want to use cloud memory to make him forget he saw Jim.
Okay. Okay. So you do. You kind of like prance by him, and he looks down, and he's like, "Oh, so you're gonna follow me home? You really want those treats?" And he starts walking towards you, and you kind of sit up on the stairs, and he goes, "Okay, it's been a weird day. Are you gonna Are you gonna let me pet you, or are you gonna scratch me?"
I just stay still.
And he kind of squats down as he says it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's make this a better day than it has been. And he goes to pet you.
And I'll use cloud memory.
Okay. I want you to roll me. Roll me a stamina composure.
That's not bad. Okay. What's my hunger at? 3? Cool.
Good times. Oh no.
How'd that go?
2, 3.
I got 2 successes, but a possible bestial failure.
Okay.
So you know.
So as he reaches down,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of squats down in front of you. As he reaches towards you,
Uh-huh.
you see his face soften. Like this is what he needs.
Yeah.
And he goes to just like put his hand in front of your face.
Mm-hmm.
And just to let you kind of sniff his hand. And when the beast gets a whiff
Yeah.
of him, your vision changes. And it's like someone shoved like pepper powder up your nose, the burn that you get from just your nasal cavity of your cat form, of just that scent alone. And when your vision changes, you see him just kind of radiate this pulsing, blinding light.
Mm-hmm.
It blinds you and you look at him again, and then you see it grow and pulse off of him into you.
Mm.
I want you to roll me 1d10.
I will roll that right now. I got a 5.
You got a 5.
Yeah.
Okay, roll me a willpower save.
Oh yeah, the 3 dice I have?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll do that.
Roll me a willpower.
That is 2 successes.
Okay. 5 is a success. So that's great on your first one, because now you're going to be running into the street.
Okay.
Past him and away,
Okay.
instead of running the failure direction, which would have been inside the church.
Oh god. Imagine.
What form would the beast choose to get away from the priest faster? You can ride the wave and you can take this.
No, the beast.
Or I can decide.
The beast is a wild, mangy dog, same as Atticus's. The
Okay.
beast is a, yeah.
Okay. So he turns and looks and he starts to say something. In your ears you hear just a vaguely bit of, oh, fucking knew it. This day couldn't. And then he sees you shift
Fuck.
from your cat form.
Mm-hmm.
While you're running through the grounds of the church, of the courtyard, essentially, change into a large mangy dog.
We're all making some choices.
And as you run, the
Yeah.
camera just sees that same pursed look of focus before he turns back and goes into the church. Where is your beast going to take you? Where would it feel safe away from that?
The only place she's ever felt safe and calm has been Siren's house.
Okay. I want you to take a point of hunger.
I start bleeding from every orifice of my body as I'm running. This is bleeding, mangy dog.
Maybe I should have just
I
talked
didn't
to
know
him.
you were at 3 hunger.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think I should have just. Can we recap this? I think it would be less catastrophic if I had just stayed there.
I'm inclined to agree at this point.
Fucking hell.
thought
It's
you
not
were-
me.
yeah,
How am
I was
I
like,
not the one that
Should
fucked
be
this
hungry,
up?
but
No, I'm at 3. I'm at 4 now.
So, Siren, where are you
I
at?
take back roads.
Oh, your beast isn't gonna run through the streets of humans without eating
yeah.
someone, so it's gonna like run and cover.
Siren and Jace have had their little like, do you want company? But I believe he wanted to just go study on his own for a while. I'm not really allowed in,
Yeah.
so I would have headed home actually.
Okay.
Thank God we didn't decide anything different last week. I'm like, oh,
No, I
thank
was
God.
I think you said you were going
yeah,
home.
so I am in fact going home. So I may be home before she gets there. I may arrive at the same time. That is your decision.
You've been home for a little bit now.
Okay.
What have you been up to since you got home?
Siren's having a weird day.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't felt the kind of lengthy, deep, comfortable love that she felt from Jem when she'd made that emotion connection.
Yeah.
That sense emotion connection in a long time. She's kind of sitting on her couch. No one else is home. She's Yo-Yo at the bar. She hasn't called Vegas. She is just there with the lights off, just kind of sitting on her couch with her knees held up and just hugging her knees to her chest and just eyes closed, just trying to make that feeling go away again. She doesn't like feeling it. It reminds her of bad things, and she is struggling to put it away, but she also can't bring herself, like she's got a guitar laying next to her that you can tell she tried to play and pick at, but she can't. And got this plate of cookies or chips open that she hasn't touched, even though she's blush of life. She's just trying to make it go away.
Okay. As you sit there in that moment, in that headspace, you start to hear, sounds like a kid's crying outside. And it gets louder. And it's a dog whine and growl. And it gets a little bit louder as it's getting closer. And it stops. And you hear a woof on your front door. And something just slams into your front door.
She's on her feet immediately and
You
goes...
hear it again, slam.
And a painting on the front wall, it opens up that has the camera feeds of all their security cameras. So she goes to make sure that it's not somebody.
You've seen that dog before.
Immediately opens the door.
No, hold on. You've seen that dog before.
Oh shit! It looks like Atticus.
On the rooftop.
No, she still immediately opens the door.
And it tries to get in.
Oh, she has no problem. She is ready to kill this dog. She was ready to kill it last time.
So, if I'm not mistaken, Liz, you have celerity, correct? No?
I do, though.
You do. It's the moment that door is open, where do you feel the safest? Is it Siren, or is it a place in her house?
She would try to find the smallest place she knows, the most enclosed place she knows, which would be the studio, the sound booth.
Siren, the moment you open the door, you know what to expect. You open the door, prepare to fight, and the dog is, the moment you open it, this junkyard dog is trying to nose his way in through the crack, and he's not snarling. It's not, I say he, because
I think it's Atticus.
Yeah.
The mouth isn't snarling, it's growling and whimpering. And you see, when you pull open the door a little bit more, it just starts trying to claw and get in. I need you to make a, let's see, roll me a dexterity brawl.
Am I trying to prevent it from getting in?
You're trying to stop the door from being removed from your control. If you can overpower.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to let it in and lock it in.
Okay.
Because even if
immediately starts.
Yeah, that's fine. Because even if I think it's Atticus, I don't want it on the street. I have home court advantage here. I have no problem letting it in.
The dog immediately starts trying to book it up to the sound room.
That is surprising to her. She was prepared to let it in and close the door behind it and like turn.
With your celerity, you could catch it on the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
She is in her comfort clothes, her home clothes, which have no weapons on them. She is going to try to intercept him, but have to stop at the gym to grab one of the big knives first.
Okay.
So that might slow her down a little bit, but then she will go try to intercept.
You said the sound room, right?
Yeah, the sound booth where Addie was trapped in at one point.
You see, just as you bolt over Atticus, because you have enough speed that he's not possessing, to speed over him, you take a left to go towards your room, get your weapons. At the moment you turn out, you see just the tail running into the sound room.
She closes every possible door behind her because it's an interior room in an interior room. She closes every single door. And she hits that record button for where we were filming and recording Addie in there for proof of anything. She locks the recording room door behind you. And leans over the mic, and so it can be heard in the room, and says, "If you came back to finish her off, I will end you before you get a chance."
Now, Liz, you don't hear any of that. Liz is not present in this moment. But where in this room would the beast feel safest? Like a corner, under a table?
Under a table, in a corner, wherever there's as small and compact as you can get.
And there's a little desk in there that had been used before the rest of the sound room had been set up, kind of like an internal adjustments. And Siren, you watch as this junkyard dog, who is bolted through your house, now is hiding underneath the desk. Its haunches are raised. Essentially, his ass in the air against the wall as it's trying to get into the room as far as possible and still watch. And you see it breathe. It's heavy, and it's heavy, and it's heavy. And then it slows. And it slows. And Liz, you come to as your form is no longer the dog. It's now yours. How do we see Liz? You haven't been aware for the transport.
There's immediate... I have to do like a personal roll. Hold on.
Because you just put yourself in your worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a second where there's still no recognition of anything, as I have left my bag and all my stuff, so she's just naked because you don't transform with your clothes. So she is just naked, covered in blood, terrified, and she kind of still not really fully recognizing where she is, still really disoriented, reverts back to what she's known longer than here. And she just curls up in a corner. She goes, "I'm sorry, I won't do it again. I'm 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 sorry."
And you hear it, Siren. The speaker's playing.
And she, in a moment of visceral panic, takes her hand and slams the button to turn the speakers off.
Do you stop recording?
Yeah, they're all, yeah.
Okay.
No, actually, no, I don't stop recording. Different thing. Just turned off the volume.
Okay.
So I can't hear that, but I can still see her mouth moving. And the camera that's recording sees it too. And she drops her knife because Liz has never told us anything big. Mm-hmm. We know Atticus hurt her. We don't know how. Siren is suddenly starting to figure out how, though. And she... I'm gonna put on sense emotion. Hunter's mark.
Okay.
Hunter's right.
Hunter's mark. I'm gonna put on sense emotion.
True terror.
I want you to make me a willpower save, Siren.
Okay. One success.
Where do you feel safest? In your own home?
In that room. In the room she's in.
Where's your second most favorite? Away from seeing this and feeling that, your brain just wants to get away from that presence.
I would like to blood surge to roll it again then. Can I blood surge to fight
I can
my own
have you
willpower roll?
you can blood surge to come out of it without
Okay.
having to roll a willpower.
That I would like to
Just
do.
turning your sense of motion off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the foresight to turn that off, but for a second, it is the most terrified you've ever felt in your entire life.
Yeah, and she has enough foresight to know that's not her fear. Her fear is a very different feeling. She knows enough to know this is not my panic.
Mm-hmm.
My panic would be very different. I was going through my panic 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
This is not mine. She turns off sense emotions. She puts she gently puts the mic back on. And puts one hand against the glass. Says, Elizabeth?
She kind of jumps at that name, hearing it, and the starting to unfog a bit.
Can you hear me? It's Serena. Can you come touch my hand?
It takes like a full minute before she stands up.
She doesn't.
And
She just stands there.
she walks over and she just...
Lizzie, what happened? Who hurt you? Who did this?
You've seen these marks on her before. Well, I think once before, the stigmata effect.
But the fact that she came in as that dog that I've never seen was a different type of panic, so she's still putting it together.
Yeah.
Did he hurt you? Is he here? Okay.
I'm really hungry.
Yeah. She goes underneath. There's a mini fridge of blood bags from when Addie was still here. And she is trying to talk. She says, I'm gonna open that door.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave the hallway door closed though, but you still have like 4 rooms back here. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
She carefully unlocks. The knife is still in reach just in case, because she's not entirely sure what's happening.
Yeah.
But she does open the door and holds out the blood bag.
I down it.
Yeah. So you get
Alright.
1 dot per blood bag.
Yeah,
she
I'll
has.
just keep
And you
handing
have-
her more. I like.
How much would you like to feed down to?
She would only take 2 at that point. It's unappetizing just because of where her humanity is. It's just
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, 2 is fine.
So she'll go back down to 2 hunger. And she kind of just breathes, and if you still have sense emotions on, it's a immediate just...
I don't. I turned
From-
it off. But yeah.
Okay.
Because I was scared to turn it back on because I almost ran away, and that would have really fucked up both of us.
That's fair.
Yeah, you have a panic. I'm gonna leave you in that
It's
room.
the downside of the gift sometimes.
Yeah. She waits for you to be fed, and she's given you all the bags she can.
You try to hand her a 3rd one. She's like, I can't. I can't.
She puts it down, and she goes to one of the closets in the room. It's their costume closet because we have a lot of parties, and lately they've all been themed.
We do.
She gets you this big fluffy robe, and it's pink and it's Vegas
was
sized.
Vegas's.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
exactly what it's Vegas sized. It's got an
Super
embroidered.
comfy.
It's got, but it's got like it's bougie pink fluffy. So it's got like an embroidered rose on it and like whatever.
Does
Like
it have the ruffles around the cuffs?
100%. And she just brings and just gently wraps it around you, and like carefully just
Vegas' widow dress.
snuggles it. You don't have to. I am fine never seeing him in this again, actually.
Okay.
That tracks.
And she then throws her arms around you and just completely bone-crushingly hugs you and just murmurs, I thought you were him and I was gonna kill you.
You could have.
I'm really glad I didn't.
Dang. And she doesn't hug you back, but she leans into you.
I mean, she's enveloped in the, it's robe, it's fine.
But she leans into it.
Your hunger is sated, Liz. Your terror is calmed. You didn't suffer any damage, but you can still smell that. It's like sulfur and myrrh.
Gross.
What happened?
Burns.
I was watching the priest and trying to get more information on him, and Jim saw him, and Jim did the very smart thing and walked away.
And you didn't.
After.
I don't mention that part.
Smart, because that's a different fight, okay? I almost killed you, I'll kill her. Like
I will have a conversation with Jim about it later, but this is not that time. And I didn't. I followed. I wanted to make sure that he didn't remember seeing Jim, so he doesn't try to find her. And I lost.
She pulls out of the hug.
I don't remember coming here.
She pulls out of the hug a little and is... Good fucking God!
Hello? Cthulhu?
It's my camera screen.
Hello?
Why are you like this?
We're trying to have an emotional moment here.
I forgot it was there. I turned my camera off and it was... I'm sorry. For those of you guys listening to this later on and not watching it on Twitch, I have a background, so if I turn my camera off like I need to step away, it usually shows just like a geometric black shape. And I forgot that Cthulhu's face with big red glowing eyes is right there. And it just turned my camera off and it's like boom.
In other news, we'll have a new storyteller next week.
Yeah.
I'll be taking over.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, back in it. Okay. I hate you so much. Okay. She pulls out of the hug and has you at arm's length at the shoulder shaking sort of length.
Mm-hmm.
And she just... I understand that in a hierarchical sense, you technically outrank me now. But in a friend sense, if you ever go hunting something like that by yourself again, I will kill you. You didn't let me do it with the Hard Rock. And I was pissed but you were right. But it's officially been too many goddamn close calls.
I will not go priest hunting without you.
Thank you. Even the Ghostbusters had 4. God. And ghosts, as we've learned, are no big deal. Just traumatize them, and they'll go away. But, shit, priests live in trauma. It's not gonna be that easy for me to sing him to sleep, okay? Makes note, as out of character, to ask, again, what his favorite song was with Gems, so I can learn it and sing it Daughter of the Cacophony style. And traumatize everyone! Anyway, just the 2 of them, specifically. So, are you in any danger of running back off into the night and finishing the job?
No.
didn't like how long you hesitated, so I'm gonna ask it.
That would have been a willpower. Just like
Another.
not after midnight.
Another.
If you want to force it, sure.
Yeah.
But
I just wanted to give you an honest answer, so I had to think about it for a second.
That's fair. If you have the energy in you for one more. Do you remember what you were saying when you woke up in that room just now?
you were coming
Yes?
to as you were finishing like the last sentence. You were conscious of you saying it, your mantra, essentially. You were conscious of the last little bit of you saying it.
There's a look of confusion and then just recognition. And she goes, "Yeah, I do."
Doesn't have to be tonight. Doesn't have to be this week. But I'm gonna need you to tell me what he did to make you react that way. At some point. So I can, A, make it so you don't feel that way anymore when you're here. And B, so I can properly return the favor when I go to New York and kill him.
Siren, my beast came here because it feels safe here.
And I want it to feel safe here, but I don't want you to be traumatized when you wake up from it.
So we're all a little traumatized when we wake up every day. I need a shower. I need a shower real bad.
Yeah.
I am covered in my own blood.
Come on. Yeah. You know where it is. She leads you and makes sure that you don't leave
And then
that.
I will tell you.
She reassures you that it doesn't have to be tonight. Just
I won't have the.
okay.
I won't be able to in another day. But you're gonna go find the most expensive bottle Vegas left behind here, so I can drink it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Done.
Cool. Wonderful.
So, Kat, does Liz want to have that moment be on camera or cut away and kind of just show you guys bonding on the couch and talking about all this?
That's because Pixie, you know. Do you know?
I
told
know
you.
the rest of the players don't, so you're welcome to story tell for the cameras and the viewer and the whatever if you would like.
Yeah.
Because
But also, we don't have to show that. It's up to you.
Oh, I would like to roleplay that a bit if
All
everyone
right.
doesn't mind.
Please
No,
please
go
do.
for it.
Okay. She showers. She steals some of your clothes because you guys are both the same size.
Yes.
Uh,
She does pull. There's a specific there's a very expensive drink in New Orleans that is very expensive whiskey, 128.8 proof. Yeah. It is
The most overproofest of
Yes.
overproof rums.
It is
That's a lot.
hang on. It is a specific actually
Sazerac?
Sazerac. Yeah, it's the Sazerac. It's a mixed drink. Really fast. Developed at a New Orleans saloon in 1850, the Sazerac is widely considered the first mixed drink in the world. A couple decades later, in 1830, the Creole apothecary Antoine Peychaud developed the drink's signature Peychaud's bitters, giving the Sazerac its slightly pink color and turb of herbacity, whatever.
Herbacity.
Thank you. Sazerac is a simple drink, its only ingredients being sugar, absinthe, the bitters, and rye or cognac. So the very...
Absinthe and whiskey?
Yes. The very expensive one
It was
is...
created in an apothecary,
Yeah,
right? It wasn't some fucking brewmaster.
Yeah, no,
This
it was
dude
an
mixing-
apothecary. Yes.
I'm surprised formaldehyde isn't
Yeah.
in there.
So this one is the special edition bitters are aged in Sazerac rye barrels for 140 days, and she 100% goes through the talking to you about these. So it's these ingredients plus a sugar cube, an expressed lemon peel, and some careful mixing results in a Sazerac 125, a boozy, slightly medicinal, slightly sweet, one of a kind cocktail that's smooth, dangerously smooth when you consider the cocktail's high proof and price per sip. She looks at and she has whole bottles worth of the ingredients.
Yeah.
And she looks.
You actually go up 2 generations if you drink one of these bottles.
Yeah, exactly. And
what
she looks.
happens.
She looks and she looks at this. She goes, This is about $8,000 worth of alcohol, and I'm prepared to go through as much as we want and repay Vegas in
I don't know how to tell you.
favors, I'm sure.
I don't know how to tell you that's more money in one bottle I've ever seen in my life.
That's why they put it in the bottles. It's way easier to pretend like it's nothing.
It's a lot easier to carry around, actually.
Yeah, and she pours them in. He has highball glasses that look like skulls. That are like the glass skulls, right? That are like rock and roll, fucking
Do
stolen
they have
from.
fangs or not fangs?
No fangs. They're like stolen from a jazz club, like a goth night, and like years ago. And they're her favorite
Fair.
glasses, but like she only takes them out for like when she's feeling feisty, and he knows, oh fuck, like they're her favorite.
Oh,
They're,
sweet.
so
That
like,
was nice.
so, yeah. So she is like even though Liz doesn't know it, this is one of her nicest gestures. Doesn't give a fuck about the alcohol. It's the symbolism and the history behind it. Because we're going into history, so let's drink a historical drink. But also, like, he has
You hugging me was one of the nicest gestures, actually, so...
She doesn't understand that quite the same. She is instead breaking into Daddy's liquor cabinet, like she used to do when she was a teenager, and picking the most expensive thing there. She'll pay for it later. I'm sure. And, yeah, so... in skull-filled glasses, as many Sazerac 125s as you would like. Meg is like, what the fuck? Absinthe and whiskey. Smooth is a dirty lie.
Megan and Jem somewhere in Jem's traumatized, just angsty walk, she knows that this is happening and it's like, fucking hell. Too much and it's disgusting. That's,
but it'll do it.
So where does Liz start us off with?
She would start off where it all started, which was the hospital. She would talk about very briefly that she was a nurse in the middle of the polio. All of that that was happening for the vaccine.
Yeah, Siren.
She's a lot older than you,
Yeah,
Siren.
no, I got it. What Kat and I have actually discussed many times this scene, so we're good. She stops and she goes, oh, so when you tell us you're older, you weren't kidding. You've been around for a while. Doing this out there? Holy shit.
Yeah.
She takes a drink.
It's just, there's already one glass is already gone. Her having to think about any of this.
Yeah.
And there was a fire. And it spread so quickly and so fast. And I was so worried about getting those kids out of there. They couldn't move. They didn't know, they weren't able to move. And everyone was terrified, and no one wanted to get this disease, so none of their parents were there. No one was there, so I was trying to get them out as quickly as possible. And then I saw this figure walking through fire, which we know is not possible. And then it was dark, and then there was nothing. I don't know if those kids survived or not. And frankly, it's something I'm never going to know. And I count those as the first deaths that were my fault. And I've had most people tell me, it's not your fault, you couldn't have known, blah blah, but I am going to blame myself for those deaths every day of my life. Unlife. Whatever.
I would do the same. Where did you wake up? When did you wake up?
Don't know how long it was. I've done the math as many times as I can without going insane. But I woke up alive, still with a heartbeat, in a basement. Where, when, who, I don't know. And I have had every bone broken over and over again. I've had every bruise, every... that she stops. And there's just a lot of like stopping in between. It's more... she's blocked a lot of this out for a really long time. Whenever she has to talk about it.
Siren has poured the drinks and kept those going and kept that focus going. But she also, she would know from the slumber parties some of the songs that Liz likes. And when things get particularly rough, she will start to sort of hum them and drum out the beats of them on her leg, on Liz's leg as they sit.
She is particular toward waltzes.
Yeah, she will just keep that musical beat.
Just the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2,
3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Look, I'm dancing.
Yeah. When I do the math, I was in that basement, not the entire time as Kind, about most of it as Kindred, for maybe 50 years.
She fumbles in the rhythm keeping and then picks back up again.
It was 100% to get me to be 100% reliant on him. But also, this type of isolation is super common in the Sabbat. Is to completely isolate, not as long as I did. Fucking wherever. Wow, I forgot her name. Hold on, Iris. Yep, that's her. I forgot her name. The clan, the Sabbat troop she was with, they isolate for a long time. Not as long as I did, but dear God. So I've seen people come out of those basements a shell of what they were.
What about you?
I was a whole new me. I kept me on the brink of starvation, so whatever he threw down there, I ate. If Kind, kindred, whatever the fuck he gave me. I was a dog begging for scraps.
And you thanked him for it too, didn't you?
And I thanked him for it. You think of these situations, you think you can hold out for as long as you can, you think you can be the strong one. But after that first year, and no one's come to save you. The second year, and the third, and he made sure I knew no one else was going to save me.
Did he tell you why he kept you?
Because I was there. I was the one that was there. He has a very fun way of making you feel like the most special person on the earth, but also nothing.
Prettiest girl at the party.
The prettiest girl at the party.
How long until
And I was.
How long until you got out?
How long have I been here?
You escaped and came right here, didn't you? He taught you enough to understand what vampire was and what Sabbat was, and I'm guessing to make you feel special. How did you get out?
Her hands start to shake, holding the bottle a bit.
She just gently touches.
I killed a lot of people, Siren.
I know.
He was gone, but there was a lot of them still there, and I had to get out. I couldn't. I couldn't be his doll anymore. I couldn't be this little thing he keeps on his shelf and releases when I'm hungry. Like, I couldn't be that anymore. Fuck. I wanted my whole life to help people and to heal people, and he turned me into a monster. And that's what I am. I'm a monster. So I don't think twice. I don't care.
You do, though.
I don't.
I think you don't care because you have to not care, because you have to justify what happened. Because you wouldn't be upset if he'd completely succeeded. You wouldn't be with any of us, you wouldn't give a fuck about having a coterie. Your beast wouldn't feel safe with me. Your beast wouldn't feel safe with any of us, your beast wouldn't have run. To hide, it would have run to hunt. If a part of you didn't still want to save what humanity you have left. It's okay that we're monsters. That's fine. Because you know what it takes to bring down a monster? A stronger one. You may not ever be ready to face him and end him again, but I sure as shit am gonna go find a way to stop him from doing this to other women. Who are just there.
They're gonna come for me one day, Siren.
He already came for you once and walked away. He's toying with you.
It's not just him.
I know. I know. And we're gonna protect you. Knowing what's coming helps, though.
Siren, if they come for me and they ask for me, I'm going to go.
And I'm not
And
going
I'm
to let
going,
you.
and you will not be able to stop me.
But I'm gonna try. And until then, if I can puncture a hole in whatever organization he has the audacity to call home, I will. You don't deserve to feel like he took anything from you. He did. But you're gonna get it back. You're gonna have 50 years of living doing whatever the fuck you want.
I got 2 years down.
See? Already making a dent. She takes a big swig. She does the whole highball glass as a shot. And puts it down. She says,
I'm gonna tell you something.
Yep, she doesn't say anything. She sits.
Sorry.
Go.
That really only Jace knows
You
and
ate
can be
someone.
very much used against me.
You ate someone, didn't you?
I've eaten multiple people. That's not the big surprise here. I've already admitted to
Valerie's not
this.
the icebreaker.
Yeah, I was just making sure. Yeah.
I can't lie.
Oh, you don't just not like it. You can't.
It was beaten out of me. It
Alright.
makes me sick if I try.
Okay. Well,
So know when I say that I am going to die, they are going to kill me. This is not a false thing. And God, I know you're going to try.
honey, I'm gonna say this with all the seriousness that I can, given the circumstances. When we were children and we said Santa Claus was coming, that wasn't a lie either. We believed it. You can believe that all you goddamn want. It doesn't make it true, it makes it your truth. But I am going to stop them before they do. Or I'm going to take you away before they do. Or I'm going to bring the whole goddamn city against them and scream so loud that everyone knows what I am before I let them take you back to that.
What was your favorite place in New York?
There was a club. There was a club that usually did jazz and blues and rock. And every now and then, Broadway stars would come do a night, off the record, completely quietly, just to have fun. And I snuck in. She catches herself from we and changes it. Snuck in regularly. They knew me there by that point. They were willing to let people sneak in if they could tell they had that thirst for the music and the energy and the show. And I saw that music could be more than cello practice and classical and piano scales. I felt that it could be more. It's, not sure if it's there anymore. It's kind of a speakeasy situation.
Do you know which street?
I'm sure she does. I don't know the streets well enough in New York to tell you that. So insert
30-second.
In my fantasy version of my head, it's actually where the Jekyll and Hyde restaurant used to be in Times Square. But it's underneath all of it. They closed the Jekyll and Hyde restaurant, or they're remodeling or something. Like it's gone. But like that was a fun interior of the building. I like to think that that's where it is instead of it looks like, but they've built the other facades around it, so you can't actually tell that there's a whole weird shaped building with a spiral staircase in there. That was always a fun time there. And so she would stand at the top and look down, and the performers would be on the center floor down, and she would sneak in and be on the stairs or be on one of the upper levels just watching.
If I have to run and I have no doubt that you will do your best to stop whatever it is, but if you can't and I have to run 1 year from when I run, Times Square.
I'll meet you there.
Okay. Now I'm gonna down the rest of this bottle.
Yeah,
because
done.
this is
Absolutely.
the most disgusting thing I've ever drank in my life, but I am intoxicated.
Yeah, no, it works though.
It's
It did a really
great.
good job.
Destroy it with my liver.
Absolutely did a great job. I 100%. I have been more willing to breach the masquerade to protect all you fuckers than any of you actually realize, and I have stopped myself every time. Because other things improved, other people intervened, or we got lucky.
Liz just clicked that she shifted in front of the priest and keeps that in the back of her head for a second.
Excellent. But
She said break masquerade and she went, hold on.
yeah. One of these days something's gonna push me to actually do it. I hope to God that it's not the Sabbat descending to reclaim you. I hope it's Jem's priest wedding or some shit. Like, I hope I have to intercede to stop Jace from bleeding out in the middle of the road from some ritual gone wrong. Like, there's so many other things I hope I have to snap for. Somewhere Jace is rolling his eyes. In a library somewhere. I just feel it. But
I think Jim would look really cute in, like, I guess, sweetheart neckline with, like, the off-the-shoulder long sleeve, like, wedding dress. That's just me. But I think it have to be super modest for a church wedding.
He knows what he's getting into.
She goes, listen, priests who are willing to break it are kinky as fuck. I feel like she'd wear leather.
It's just lingerie for the wedding.
You know that TikTok, this is not Liz, this is me. You know that TikTok song, I was like, we have this bad so I was gonna wear on our honeymoon. This is just lip gloss. Suffer.
Yeah. So, yeah. She takes opportunity to shift the conversation into speculation of a happily ever after for Jem and Jimmy. And spends the night actively she pulls up her phone regularly to like show what about this dress, let's make a Pinterest board for it, like we'll just like all these things. But in between scrolling, she starts on a private browser in between showing you photos. She is searching for hospital fire personnel, the years, and she is trying to track down and find Atticus and where he might be now.
Oh, Atticus
Yeah.
or the patient files?
No, she's gonna try to find. She'll start with the patient files, but she's gonna try to find Atticus and find his connection.
Trying to find a pattern.
She's gonna try to find any kind of history and pattern to lead her to where he might be now.
Okay.
But
well,
that's the only place she knows where to start, because if she just Googles Atticus, that feels stupid.
Is a famous poet, that would be.
How easy would it be to find Atticus? He's your NPC, so how, when you envision the mastermind that, yeah, just message him and be like, hey,
That's exactly what I'm doing.
like, would he be following a pattern? Does he have a pattern? Or is he just chaos?
He is just chaos.
Does he look for large numbers? Does he look for sentimental to him? Is there anything that essentially has his crimes been alluded to be a serial killer on the loose? Because that's what these would be reported as. If there was any similarities between these that she could find, it would be somebody on the internet doing it.
You would more likely find patterns in the Sabbat more than him, but some of them were definitely him. You know?
Yeah, she is looking for, especially knowing that the Sabbat are less careful about breaches, from what you can tell. Sabbat and Anarchs are less concerned than the Camarilla. So she is looking for things that she'll find other Sabbat too. She said not just Atticus is coming for her, she said the Sabbat were coming for her. So she is going to start opening tabs in her private browser, because that's not for tracing. And
I still have his number.
But she wouldn't know that, and she's
You're
not
not telling
ask.
me.
No, of fucking course not. You just sat there and told her that they're gonna come kill you one day. No, that's why she's quietly doing it between things. She is starting a project.
Talking about cute things, she would tell you about another nurse that she was in love with, that they like snuck off into corners to like be all cute and in love, because it wasn't really legal back then.
Oh my god, cute.
Roll me a wits awareness.
Oh no.
Me?
Yeah, while you guys are talking about this.
No.
Also, I have to know what the Pinterest board name is.
You'll know when I finish building it.
Once we have it. 4 successes.
4 successes? Okay. You get a glimpse as you guys are just kind of laughing, and you guys are going through the Pinterest, and she goes back, and you get a glimpse of one of the fires that you helped him set. As you're mid-sentence, and kind of just... Do you let it slide? Okay. And you guys continue talking, and...
Yeah, I think that's how the night goes.
Okay.
I'll probably pass out here.
Okay.
If you think she's letting you leave, you're dead fucking wrong.
So where do we go from here? Jace, the research that you've done pretty much doesn't turn much back of the Tremere connection there. But it's kind of to be expected that maybe there wouldn't be enough information to really go after the church and the military.
Sure.
There was loosely a connection by some conspiracy guys that it was the military that was like bombing their own country. And setting fires, and it's like, no, of course not, blah blah. And no, you know they did.
Yeah.
So let's say the next night you guys meet up at La Save. Does Siren and Liz arrive together?
Yes, by force if
Probably.
necessary.
By
Like,
force if
I ain't fucking letting her go off by herself right now. I have celerity. Like,
I tried to get away once. And it
no,
didn't work out very well.
I am suddenly already there, arm around you, real tight, like we're buddies. I'm like, don't even fucking think about it.
Like
bitch.
we're buddies.
Like-
Let's pretend we like each other.
I know, just for a minute.
And- And Jem, you know that you guys had plans to meet up again tonight to talk about more stuff than you're really wanting to talk about right now. Because just thinking about it last night blew into, well,
It's me, the trauma catalyst. Let's talk about it.
let's bring
Let's wrap this
in
out.
the little pop rock just thrown there and explodes. Are you gonna go back to the bar and meet up with the group?
Yeah, but before she went to sleep last night, she like express shipped something to the church.
Okay, what did
my God.
did she ship?
She shipped the soundtrack to Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet
Okay.
to Jimmy, with a note of
Little gift note. Little Amazon.
yeah, with a gift note that said "seemed topical, ha ha ha." Also, you know this is my favorite Radiohead song.
Now, do you want to do this?
Yeah,
Okay.
Well, she's not shipping it from her house,
Assuming-
right?
I'm
shipping it
you're-
from
you're
Bezos.
Yeah, like you're Amazoning it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay.
That has a purchase history and a from so and so to so and so, even as a gift.
You can do it anonymously.
You can.
Yes.
Okay. Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Yeah,
no,
no,
you're good. And
that's
or
why-
she could just make a burner account.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what I was
that's
saying.
why
I
it
was
was
gonna ask.
Amazon.
Like, I assumed a burner account, and I was like, okay, so what name are we using?
Mhm.
You know, that kind of thing.
I mean, it says from Jenny Callahan.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, he knows that name.
yeah, he does.
The name isn't a new surprising thing.
Yeah.
Also,
But
she can
yeah.
also purchase it with a gift card to have no purchase history, location,
That's
or
true, yeah.
or credit card information at fucking all.
Yeah.
Yeah. She can have 0 trace if she wants.
You learn something new every day.
But you're gonna
I'm
send
learning
it
new
from
things.
you. Like I
Yeah.
said, you know he knows your name. What ties do you have here in New Orleans underneath that name? Your house isn't underneath your name, by the way. That's what's the benefit of going through Rebecca Chase.
Oh yeah, I gotta
allowed
talk to
you.
her at some point.
I mean, Callahan was my married name, so
So none then.
Well, I mean, what would
what would be in
Jenny,
my
your last
in my actual
is?
name?
Yeah.
Well, now that LaSalle has been put under Jerry,
Yeah.
nothing. She doesn't own a car. She was renting an apartment, but that lease was up, and she kind of moved into being a vampire. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That'll do it.
yeah. All the stuff that like paperwork wise would exist on her is stuff that he would already know, like where she went to college, where she grew up.
Yeah. But nothing
Stuff like
nothing current. It's not like I didn't know if you were like if there was ties to this house that you were in. Your name isn't on the lease, but I just didn't know.
I know.
Okay. So
that
I
I-
mean, there
yeah.
competency done.
Don't own anything. They can't find you.
I mean, that's
So competent.
Live in the woods. Be a hobo. It's fine.
but you're gonna go back to the bar tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. Jace, your night was pretty good. It's a weird thing with Jem at the last minute, but gonna go back to the bar tonight.
I mean, yeah, I don't really have any particular reason not to.
We all arrive moments later at the tavern.
Yes.
I look around for a shitty person with
The
a hood
weirdest
pulled out, sitting in the
crossover
corner.
episode. All right. What do you call your adventuring party?
It's
Oh,
me.
the coterie. Ah.
Coterie.
Oh,
We actually
The
arrived a
coat
little
trees.
late because I don't have a Nosferatu at home to feed my dogs anymore. So now I have to detour and feed my
That's fine.
animals. And then go
You have
eat.
you don't
You have
have a
Addie.
You have
Nos
an,
there,
you
but
have an
you have
Addie.
yeah, you have an
Yeah,
Addie.
Maddie.
Addie's taking care of stuff.
I need also to say I have written to the prince saying Addie's cool. They can be on their own if you think it's okay now.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this, for your
That'll
consideration,
be a
Addie
process,
can
but
be,
yeah.
but I have not discerned her as a threat to anyone
Mm.
except herself.
Fair
Valid.
enough.
But that hasn't
So you stop by, take care of the pups and the kiddos.
Yeah.
And
The dogs come with me, obviously.
Okay,
but-
the dogs come with you. And Hammy is actually behind the bar with Yo-Yo. And he's just kind of like, oh yeah, she'll be with you. Like, he's not really doing anything, but he's kind of like
Hammy, this is an
assisting.
OSHA violation. You don't work
Like-
here. You're not on the payroll. Get off
yeah.
the
Well,
bar.
hey, what's up, Chief? You okay?
Yeah, just trying to help out.
I mean,
Trying
it's
to,
like, yeah, Yo-Yo.
he just kind of like,
Yo-Yo, you good?
does he have to go back around the other side? I like him back here better.
Then he can be back here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
just, and he's like, exactly, it's fine.
Yeah, and I just like
Thanks.
grabbed him. I was like, hey, just be eye candy. Don't help.
That's sure.
I feel like we've all tried.
Take your shirt off.
I feel like we've all tried drinks that Hammy has mixed, and we are asking him not to help for a reason.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not
he
good
knows
at
his limits. Like,
And
he
I say
knows-
that as
yeah.
someone who just served $8,000 worth of Sazeracs last night. So I, you know. And I say
see-
that as well. I come in, and even for a vampire, am mildly hungover and have a fucking mic. Somehow I'm hungover as a
We
vampire.
both have glasses
Yeah.
on inside at night.
This drink did it, and I walk up to Jem, and as I go past her to just go up to the VIP area, I pass her, and I'm going, never let us put Sazeracs on the menu, fucking ever, and just goes, and she just fucking goes up.
Oh, fucking duh!
And so you see Ryan back there, and looks like she's organizing bottles again. She just kind of like rolls her eyes at Hammy, and then when you say that, like never, and she's like, she makes this gross face, like, why would you want to?
It gets the job done. I heard that. But
They're kind of cool.
Thank you. You would, you hipster.
I just look between Yo-Yo and Ryan. I'm like, what the fuck? Leave them alone for 2 minutes. They start drinking Sazeracs. What the hell?
We didn't have you to guide us.
You can't
Oh,
ever get
alcohol
married.
guru.
You can't ever, I don't know, get married and leave us for any reason whatsoever, because we'll just die.
Even if the wedding would be beautiful.
Oh,
Jem is not laughing.
That's so fair.
We got stuff to talk about?
Siren
Yeah.
uncomfortably pushes her glasses further onto her face because she misread the room. And she just goes up to sit.
Like, oh, one trauma into another one. Yo, make it stop.
Top Rock, Catalyst, done. Yes, Jace.
DM, I have a question.
Yes. Yes.
no.
In my research,
Yes.
can I have looked into what we called them something? The soldiers that weren't just soldiers. They were like the lead soldiers.
Commanders?
Was that what the word that we had used? I want to research what the Tremere have on the commanders and what their capabilities are.
So
if they're
when I
just
said that,
people.
that was more along the lines of, so you have your grunts, and that'll be like a division or your battalion, and then the people over them. It looked like the commanders of the infantry units were doing their own morning training.
Did they have? Is there any like?
Organization?
No, not that. Like, is there any written stuff about the Second Inquisition or more specifically the commanders that
Okay.
we thought of the battalions having any sort of supernatural abilities other than just like being
it's
really good at
rumored that-
fighting?
This rumor, like the commanders usually do, like say you have a 5-man team, and the person in charge of that 5-man team is going to identify the target. So instead of trying to, because truth faith isn't as common, especially now as it was historically. So finding people that have it, they don't have enough to use them as foot soldiers, so they have to use them as like that person there, and then the other 5 go do it. So it's the tactics of, there's usually, if you see one, there's usually at least 5 more, and that at least one of them can identify, or that has true faith, that can visually identify what you are, unless you're taking some sort of other precaution around that, and that they can hurt you just with their touch or blind you with showing you something of true faith. They possess that ability, and that they're stronger, they are faster, they are like supermen compared to regular mortals. Just so happens it's kind of so are you.
Gotcha. Okay. That was it. Thank you.
Okay. So everybody excitedly runs upstairs and sits around the
So, what's on the docket for tonight?
I guess just trying to finalize what we're doing.
Right.
I looked into the like commanders or whatever, and insert information that Sway just said,
yeah,
but
Oh, yeah.
in a Jake's voice.
there'll be like tiny little
In
generals
Vampire
over
the
them.
Masquerade terms, I tell you everything.
Yeah, exactly.
In masquerade appropriate terminology, I tell you everything.
Right.
I,
Nah,
Side
masquerade
note?
breaches abound.
Side note, because picking up on the energy, I'm gonna hunter's mark. I mean, sense emotions from Jem during this entire meeting.
Ooh.
Please and thank you.
Jim, assuming that you're not numb, what are you?
It's a mixture of embarrassed and angry, and a little bit of sad. Like, those are all kind of minor. They're sort of fading off, and she's actively remembering their wedding, and that's kind of making her happy.
Yeah,
But so it's like it's balancing out.
you get kind of that muted sensation of celebratory and loving and happy, and just kind of a muted, not as powerful as you did before.
But I can
you
definitely tell it's related to the feeling of being loved.
Yeah.
She can't help but smile a little bit and then hide it again at just the knowledge of, as painful as it is, knowing that, remembering how that feels herself.
Don't cry because it's gone.
Yeah, smile because it
happened.
happened. Fuck off! Like, I can do both. I contain multitudes.
That's right.
And she hides it again, but she just, part of her has that, a little of that same nostalgia of, oh, right, that was the good, that's what it, oh shit, never mind. And, she just is listening. She's just, emotion-wise, listening. She's feeling you.
I have something I want to bring up that we all kind of forgot about, but I still think is important.
Uh-oh.
Hey, remember when like all the primers were acting real weird?
God damn it.
Oh, fuck.
Oh yeah.
Like that was a thing. Are they still acting real weird? Have we checked in on any of them since that happened?
I mean, Rebecca's calmed down. I mean, when she's not high, but
Vegas and I made up several times.
yeah, I can
Love
hear
that
more
for
about
you.
that.
Yeah, actually, please
You could.
continue.
Yes.
So, our favorite
We all
thing,
know how
like,
Kristoff's doing.
Dad's been dad.
Iris is
Okay.
fine. I know she wasn't like a primogen, but she was also acting weird, and now she is, I think.
I think somehow. So just a weird thing that happened, and we're just gonna move on from it.
I mean, until we see other things that may It could have been anything from an experiment going wrong to something accidentally being in the drinks, because it hasn't happened since.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna call one of my 3 friends that I made in the Gangrel community and ask them if our queue's been acting weird still.
No weirder than usual. Pretty fucking
Alright.
weird.
But is like weird as in regular Gangrel weird, or weird as in contemplating her existence on a rooftop weird?
RQ weird. A little bit
Okay.
of both.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because you're asking specifically about that moment.
Yeah.
For her, that it does happen. It does happen.
So,
This is
still
the first
a
time you've
little
asked
off.
somebody about that specific moment in the
Yeah.
Gangrel.
Mhm.
While you didn't recognize it because it's not like you've had downtime really.
Yeah.
The Gangrel say that she's always done that.
Okay.
That it, yeah, same old RQ.
I think the promotions are fine, guys. I don't think we gotta worry about them. I think they're all okay, and until further notice, we should just act like everything's fine.
My instinct, whenever it was happening, was that it was whatever was underneath the hard rock, because that's kind of, until we know what it is, I'm assuming that it is the cause of all of our problems.
I think we should
That's
have
religion.
a petition and have as many kindred as we can sign it, and then bring it to the friends. Like, hey, we have to go figure out what's under the hard rock.
I mean,
This seems to be a common thing between everyone.
we can just have high-profile people sign it, like the Scourge and the Sheriff, and be
Oh my
like,
God.
these
Teddy.
people are approved
This signature.
entrants. Yeah, these
I
people
already
are approved
approve it.
entrants.
Give me 10 minutes to convince the sheriff, and I'm pretty sure I can do it.
Hell yeah!
Um,
Listen, man, let's go fix it.
So what?
I think there's nothing you could do to convince Victor to go hunt what is possibly an ancient kindred underneath the hard rock.
Yeah, but nobody thinks the ancient kindred are real.
Yeah, I'll just call Cody and I'll see what happens.
Like, can we get a weigh in?
Just real quick, in character, on speakerphone. Just I need you to be Victor for a minute. Because that's easier than me bringing him in here and handing him the headsets. It's way easier.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. And
Holding.
I wrote a
fast.
note, but he pulls out his phone and texts a person whose
Ooh.
name he definitely has not forgotten.
What
Oh,
do you
is it
mean?
the-
He wrote
Who
it
is this
down
person to
once.
you?
Is it the
It's the person behind the front desk that I was
Yeah.
gonna Google before Oscar happened.
Andy.
Andy, thank you.
Yeah, it's Andy.
Andy and Addie? We get it.
All of our trans folks
Don't
have
let
the
me
same
name
style
things
of
in the heat of the
names.
moment, okay? Eddie was the weird name because he
That's true.
wasn't supposed to be Eddie Valiant, but he just kept being Eddie
Maybe we
Valiant.
could talk her into something else,
Like-
like Jessica Rabbit, or you know what I mean? Like, let's keep it in the universe.
He will pull out his phone and he'll text Andy.
Mhm.
And the camera sees that they have he has periodically checked up on them.
Okay.
Not anything like,
Can we go in the basement
not
real
anything, yeah, not anything like crazy, and there's
Okay.
not like a relationship forming
Is
there, but
is
just
there a
like
friendship
periodically.
happening there?
A little vague
Okay.
friendship, yeah.
Okay.
Friendship.
So
Hold on,
under what
friendship.
pretense are you messaging to just check in then if it's not
They
friendship?
play D&D on the weekends. It's friendship.
Yeah.
No, this isn't vague friendship. This is real friendship, you guys.
Yeah.
I'll have you be my real friend.
This is also not the weekends. This is Tuesday. Tuesdays for
It's
real
my
friends.
weekend.
Yeah.
Tuesdays are for real
Um,
friends.
He will he's gonna start it off like he is just checking up on Andy and seeing like how's work going, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
And then he is going to try and steer the direction into asking if anything. Actually, it's not even gonna be steering the direction. Once he asks about how work is going, he's gonna ask if there have been any wild customers.
Okay.
Because Jace has had years of customer service experience before,
Mhm.
so he knows that there are crazy customers. So they have before, I'm sure, shared
Yeah.
customer service horror stories. So he's just gonna
Usually-
kind of ask if there's any weird customers that have been going in and out lately.
Yeah. Usually when you ask them this, it's usually just a response. Oh, somebody got drunk at the casino. This person got in a fight with security because he was talking about slot machines, but he's from, I think, Germany, maybe Finland, and kept calling it sluts, and then security was like, had to take him out. But tonight, when you ask them this,
Of course.
they respond with, "There's hasn't been anything in so long, and I'm kind of bored."
Oh,
Well, you know, if you go get a drill and go down, we can fix that.
right, yeah.
Maybe if
you know,
they
if
just
you
start finding
Just
it.
kind of stomp on the ground a little bit.
Find a basement, and I'm sure
don't
something will
need-
happen.
I personally don't need a drill. I can squeeze my little snake body into wherever I want.
Yes, but this way,
Gross.
it's
I
not our
would-
fault, and we don't need permission so much as we would have to
Liz,
suddenly go
Flesh
stop a
Taylor.
massive threat.
Mhm.
See, that's how we do it. We throw a mortal at it.
He'll
We have to go.
he'll text back and like it's the well shit, now that you've said that, you've cursed it, and you're just gonna have a bunch of crazy people for the rest of your shift. That sucks. And I'll kind of like just let whatever vague conversation, non like important conversation happen. But okay. Andy's not had anything weird happen at Hard Rock lately, but I don't know. Maybe next time the Primogen act up, I'll text and see if there's anything weird that's happened that day and see if we can at least find some sort of connection there if there is one.
No news is good news.
No
Yeah.
news is usually good news.
Yeah. Huh. But yeah, what are we doing about the Second Inquisition?
Just rip that
Does the
Band-Aid
emotion
right off.
does the emotion shift in Jim at that question and that part of the
Does
conversation?
it kind of pull her out of that daydream a little bit?
Yeah.
Biggest emotion of this part of the conversation then.
Fear.
Since Siren doesn't know what the fear is about, she just knows fear. She is going to, probably mistakenly, try to soothe the room and say, now, we did decide that they might not be a right now problem to fix immediately, right? They might be just a right now put eyes on it problem?
I mean, there's not really a fix for this.
Exactly. So is there a way to just put a dam in place instead of draining the river?
That kind of condition's always going to be here. It's always going to be a problem. You can't just squash it like a bug.
Hence the
Yeah,
dam.
but
The
if we
river
can-
is still there. It's just we
If-
control where it goes.
We could probably try and do something that can drag their attention away. Not at us, but at something or somebody else.
So I hear something big is underneath the Hard Rock. All of our problems are going to be solved by whatever's
Well,
there.
that might actually work.
I know.
Just
We
make sure
should
it's at
just-
night so that we can watch the kaiju fight.
Yes,
Yeah,
please,
yeah.
absolutely.
I want to fucking
Yes.
sell tickets to that fight.
We could sell that to. We could pair up with Adventure and run a whole business watching that shit. Are you kidding me?
Man.
What if we
Someone
just
summons Kane
open
and
the
use the
hard
ref.
rock?
Just like
If we
I
we
want
send
to.
the Second Inquisition down there, though, we'll never know what's there because we can't get close enough to actually watch.
What if we send an anonymous letter saying that there's a crazy old vampire in the bottom of the Hard Rock and just let them
do
them
it to
figure
the
that
church?
out? Yeah.
Insert nuclear bomb into New Orleans.
Also, might honestly be the best let our enemies fight it out solution ever, and just see who's still standing. Maybe.
My biggest.
well, the
concern
Second
for this-
Inquisition does to everybody else. It turns their friends against them.
Yeah. My
What
My
can I
biggest-
say? I was raised religiously.
my biggest worry about the Second Inquisition isn't getting rid of them as a whole here in New Orleans. It's stopping whatever bullshit commanders they have here from finding people and killing them.
That is also a concern.
Because, yeah, like, we're not getting rid of the Second Inquisition. We would have to make New Orleans some non-Catholic city.
Roll me a
they're
wits
not-
awareness, Jace.
Oh.
God. Okay. Oh,
There's something that
check.
you, now that you know that those are like
did that.
the true faith little commanders of the battalions, you
Okay.
give you a chance to put something together.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
That's enough. When you've seen these guys out, you know, they're wearing obvious VFW stuff. It's commanders that were trying to do the recruiting.
Okay.
And that you remember true faith can see true faith. Because they're supernatural, but they're chosen supernatural.
Commanders they've been recruiting people. I know that we've kind of talked about this, but I think maybe we start putting in concrete steps to stop the recruiting from happening. That'll make them move on, I hope.
Didn't we discuss the possibility of finding someone else to help clean up the streets? There was somebody who...
Yeah.
I mean,
Corey of Corey.
That's his name. That politician guy, right?
Yeah. The church-hating politician. He's not really church-hating, but...
But we could.
If we... Jem, can you... Oh, I don't know how much... I don't really want to owe Rebecca Chase a favor, but do we know if we can ask her if there are any feelers out for Corey?
Yeah, she'll text Rebecca real quick.
Okay. How do you go about having that conversation?
I'm gonna text her, hey, can we meet up tonight?
And she responds, wine glass of red wine, or in the no symbol wine glass with red wine.
Wine glass, wine glass, wine glass, wine glass.
And just to see you soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to her and see if I can get him set up and maybe some other people. Because
Do you want them to be Rebecca Chase's ghoul?
Not mine.
Is the plan for you guys to be the
Yeah,
one
so-
to ghoul him?
So
Or is it
yeah.
Rebecca Chase's?
That's up to you guys. Jace would be okay ghouling somebody.
Okay.
I guess.
So would Siren.
He's not super comfortable with it, but he would do it.
Siren has
If
no
we
qualms.
if we don't think that, or if there is any reason why we don't want Rebecca Chase to do it,
I don't
we
want
can
them-
definitely figure it out.
I don't want her trying to monetize the clearing of the streets. That's already what the church is gonna do. I feel like that's not gonna go well.
You've known with her
Start over.
can't say the words. With the housing buying that she
Real
likes
estate.
to do. Yeah. I was trying to say real estate investment.
Yep, and it just tripped
Oh,
you up. Yeah,
there you
got
go,
you.
yep.
You know, with her recent investments into the housing market, a little gentrification-y. A little, I'm going to flip houses and make them pretty and better and charge them so high that the population that was living in the house before can't live there.
So that's why we don't want Rebecca Chase doing that. I would happily ghoul with 0 qualms, or if Jace wants to with some qualms, or if I have 0 concerns. I have 1 ghoul right now. Like, that's itching.
Well, I
Yeah,
want to
dude.
see if he's already,
Yeah.
or because they
Yes.
tend to do politicians anyway.
Yeah, he might
Yeah.
already be claimed by someone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he's already claimed, I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah,
make
and,
any
and
enemies,
but also
but-
see if we can have like a unified front of.
Mhm.
If he's not, he will be soon, and they can maybe get together and start working.
Mhm. And we can, and while you're doing that, we can find out who his aides are and stuff like that, and try and get a couple of people around him too.
Okay. So while Jem goes off to Rebecca Chaseland, what do the three of you guys want to discuss? Or Jem, would you like to do that after? Do you want to leave now and go to Rebecca?
Is there anything else you guys?
Nope,
She like gets up and is there anything you guys?
I would like
is there anything else?
I would like one more emotion shift check as she seems eager to leave.
Okay.
It's just emotions, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just emotions. I can't read your thoughts.
No
I can just sense
clauses,
emotion.
no
yeah.
whys.
Yeah, there's no need for why or how or it's genuinely just a raw emotion.
It's almost like a anxious excitement.
Okay.
But like, put the two of them together and tone them down a bit. I'm sure there's a word for that, but I'd also don't want to word.
Butterfly-y. Like the
Focused
butterflies in the
movement?
tummy.
It's not butter.
Angstment.
Angstment.
Angstman. Thanks so much. German?
Yep.
Can someone who speaks German
She is-
find us that?
She is Angstmund.
Angstfreud. Angstmund.
Angstmund.
Schadenfreude.
So yeah, after Jem leaves, then Siren will fill them in a little. She doesn't like she just she doesn't say, I was listening to her emotions that whole time. Because that's invasive. She's trying not to do it to all of you all the time. She's only trying to do it in moments of trauma. She did it to Kat. She did it, or Liz. She did it to Liz. Because trauma moment, she wanted to know if she was pushing too far. So she was doing that to you because you seemed very, very broken today. So, but instead of being like, I was listening, she instead says, I picked up on some
Kind of vibe.
I did a vibe check. It's a
check.
thing I can do as a Toreador. As a not Toreador, I can vibe check people. She seemed afraid of the Second Inquisition, of our talk about it, of what might happen. I don't know if she had another vision. I don't know what, but she was not the same kind of scared as, and she looks at Liz last night, but still fear. Real fear.
I mean, Second Inquisition is scary.
I
And
know.
also,
She's not scared of the second. It's just she's scared
No,
of what's
I'm-
gonna happen to.
exactly, yeah. She just. Matthew forgets.
Mm-hmm.
Do we, as characters,
Mm-hmm.
If
did
Liz,
you tell us that it was 15 years of
we don't know what
a
happened.
marriage?
You
No,
don't
we don't know
know
anything
I didn't
what
that happened
think
in her
so.
happens.
Only
Yeah.
all Liz told me was she made some connections, and we knew that
Yeah,
she had
yeah,
had a crush or
Through a-
talked to this
through a
priest.
feed.
So we've put
Yes.
together that for some reason she was looking for this man
Yeah.
and wanted to
Got
make a
it.
connection with him. We don't actually know that that's what was happening in her head.
That's what I thought.
During
I
any
just
of the
didn't
vision.
want to.
She
No.
told Liz, but Liz didn't.
Yeah,
say.
to say to
Yes.
me. So I knew
Yes.
little bits and pieces. So the teasing about marriage wasn't even me knowing about the wedding that happened. I don't know any of that. I don't know
Yeah.
fucking any of that. It was
That
genuinely
just from
us
Liz's
just.
Let's do a Pinterest board.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was
Yeah, no,
literally
absolutely.
just a. Wouldn't it be cute because she seemed to have a crush on him? I want her like, and
Mhm.
she was pursuing him. So like, okay, doesn't know that they had
Yeah,
a whole
yeah, yeah,
life
yeah.
in her head.
Yeah, I just wanted to
Maybe
make
it's
sure
not
that I
bad.
didn't.
No, that's
Yeah.
that's me clarifying that if she'd known, she wouldn't have goddamn said a word because she's not a
Yeah.
monster. I mean, she is, but not that kind of monster. She wouldn't have teased about a wedding knowing that that had actually happened in her head. She would never have
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. I was
But-
mostly asking for clarification
Yeah,
so that
no.
I did not say something that
Yeah. Yeah,
you
no.
didn't know anything about.
We d-
But I mean, I don't know, has some sort of fascination with him. So I'm not surprised that she's nervous that we would do something or that something will happen because it inevitably will.
But, and she looks at Liz, says, but from what you said, he seems a little fascinated right back. If ever there was a potential for an in within the organization, it's manipulative and it's shitty, but it might actually get us somewhere. We were looked for an in. We might have one.
What?
And
Hold on.
we're using Jim in the exact way she doesn't want to be used.
I didn't say we would do it without her permission. I just said we can offer if she's worried we're going to do something to him. Maybe
Yeah.
we offer doing something other than just letting the two exist in silence across the city forever. There's a possibility that we can use this to our advantage.
Not to be that person, but
Go ahead, be that person.
No, please be that person.
but okay. So I know that we throw around the word true faith a lot. And like in theory, you would think that like people who are super religious, even if they're not like the best of people, would have like true faith, right? Because they seem to dedicate their life to it. But not all priests have true faith, and they preach all the time.
He does.
Not all exactly, but that's what I'm saying. Is that even if somebody who follows their religion so devoutly that they would dedicate their entire life to it doesn't have true faith, and this person does, I don't think there's a way to break it. I don't know what connection they seem to have, whether it's real or some Malkavian nonsense, but I don't think that there's a way to shake that man's faith, regardless. If there was, something would have happened with the Second Inquisition centuries ago, I'm sure.
Assuming he's centuries old.
No, not with him. I mean, just this organization. Somebody at some point has tried this, I'm sure. And it, even if it worked temporarily, didn't hold.
I'm not saying we can bring down the entire organization by putting a crack in their armor. I'm saying we can at least put a stalemate in place in New Orleans.
Burn down their church.
But we're not going to be able to do... They'll come back... It's like lawns. They're going to grow back richer and thicker.
Yeah, but it's like a pause, you know?
It's not, though. If we put an act like that out, they're going to send more, and that's going to be an act of war. If we can force a stalemate by moving the pieces into a place where no one is willing to give ground, that may be the safest temporary long-term solution. Because if they're always going to be here, and we're always going to be here, and we don't want an all-out war with everyone, we have to find a secret third door. I'm saying we have the possibility of finding a secret third door right now, and if not, we'll fucking kill him. But if we have a chance, no one else has been able to get close. She got close in 5 minutes.
I think we put it as on a list of 1 to 10 of options.
You think we have 10 potential options for dealing with the
6.
Second Inquisition?
No, but I think we put it on a 6 on an imaginary list of 1 to 10. Definitely still made the list, but I think we need to. Because I also don't know if she'll do it.
I just think we have to find a way to start making some kind of moves on the board before they make them for us.
I think the politician will be the right step.
It's a good first step.
Yeah.
It's wait for that first step then.
But also, are you guys saying that you saw the priest?
I did.
She did. I was at home having a panic attack.
That's fine.
I showed up at her house and had a panic attack.
It was a long night. We got very drunk. I'm still hungover.
Jesus.
I didn't know Kindred could be hungover.
Well, yeah, you said something about Sazeracs.
A mistake. A mistake that cost a lot of...
the one weakness to the Kindred.
She does...
Sazeracs.
She suddenly remembers. She suddenly remembers. She goes, oh, God damn it. And she just... and she pulls out her phone to text Vegas and confess
Oh, come on.
that
they're
they
pretty
drank
good.
so much expensive alcohol last night. She goes, and then she puts the phone away and over here. So no, she does not want to deal.
Listens big as a thumbs up.
Other people's phones start buzzing as well.
and then you get a whatever. I don't know if you have yours on vibrate or ding, but you get a message.
Ding.
Did you guys at least have fun?
Oh.
Thinks about it real hard for a second. We made progress.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
And then siren, you hear bzz, bzz.
Oh my god! And she takes it.
And
Thanks,
he goes,
Detroit.
"Did you have fun? Seriously, you good?" And goes, "Yep, you're good."
And he answered his own question.
Well, I
Your
answered his
was-
question
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah.
God forbid he starts calling me and then I have to talk to him. Ugh.
Won't happen.
He
would
doesn't
show
even
up.
call me. Well, yeah, he'll just
He's
appear.
not calling. He'll just show up. He's
He
not
will
a-
just walk up here.
text and in person. That's
Yeah,
all
those
he's
are
got.
the two genders.
I felt like Hammy was gonna come up the stairs like, hey,
Hey,
did you
answer!
have fun?
Yeah, that's texting and
Hey,
in
look,
person
if
at
you
the
couldn't
same
get a hold of
time.
people, it might have turned into that. Hammy is right downstairs.
Hammy
Oh,
is down.
I love him. I love Hammy.
Hammy,
so
do
much.
your job. What are you even here for?
God, Hammy, take your shirt back off and get downstairs.
So, see any good movies lately?
Well, if you guys are done, we're gonna switch over to Jem and Rebecca Chase. And as you step inside, you see.
Oh no. Oh no.
No. Okay.
She's not going
On-
there.
On the way.
Yeah,
Oh,
obviously.
son of a
Are you kidding?
bitch.
Come on, man.
Son
Come
of
on,
a
man.
bitch.
What are you new? This
Sorry,
is your
I
third
was.
season.
We were talking about expectations of competency, and I just didn't put that dumb decision out there. Okay. So what we got?
She's just walking. She's walking past the coffee shop.
Okay.
Hold
and
on,
doing
I
that.
have to really fast. Expectation of competency from the DM. You gave her a 15-year love story and then took it away. I need you to be a little more competent and
That's
assume
fair.
she's gonna go try to
I hate
find
that
the love of her
trauma.
life. What's wrong with you, Sway?
I'll give
That's
you
all.
that. That's
Carry
fair.
on.
That's right.
That was the DM lack of competency, and I needed to put him in his place for a minute. I'm done.
Mm-hmm. So you go by the coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
Do you look inside?
Yeah.
He's not in there.
Yeah.
There's a brunette priest, but not a redhead.
Oh. No.
Love triangle. Hold on.
No, it was more like a. Maybe I could get him to
Good
say
priest, bad priest.
Priest.
I've read this
Can
fanfiction.
you deliver this note to Jimmy?
Honestly, I'm really embarrassed at how fast that went. Ooh.
Do you
oh,
like
no.
me?
No.
Yes.
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 or No.
Absolutely.
Text him, have him walk it to Jimmy. That's how this works.
Can you give him my number?
I'll be waiting at the pier at midnight.
Check yes or no.
Then I'm going to walk by the church.
Okay. You walk by the church.
Then
You
nothing
have walked
happens.
by the church.
I have walked by the church, and then I go to Rebecca's. I take a circuitous route to Rebecca's
Okay.
on the off chance that I'm being followed.
All right. Roll me a wits awareness.
Not this time. You should really put a permanent bloodstone on that woman. Where are you?
You eat this.
We have them. We hide them.
I've been
Like-
trying.
Then turn you into a bloodstone.
2 successes.
Okay. Roll me a.
Can you eat this rock real
We'll
quick?
do a
I have
dexterity
questions.
stealth or dexterity survival, your choice on what you want to use to. You don't notice anybody following you, but in case they are, roll me a stealth check for your circuitous route.
Oh fuck. So, no successes. It was 2 successes and a crit fail.
Okay. And you get to Rebecca's.
Rad.
And as you open the door, or as you are greeted at the door that is now opening in
I
front
just
of
opened
you.
the door. I'm
Like, I
home.
don't, like as you get inside from the dude who's obviously her bitch who opens the door.
Yeah. She has pleasantries
you-
with him. Like, she's very nice to him.
How many wine glasses did you?
3.
It was like 4, 3. Okay. There are 4 people lined up.
Oh.
In a there are 3 women and there's 1 man.
Okay.
And wearing the absolute bare minimum to not be sexualized.
Okay.
Like they're naked, but their bits are covered because this is
Yeah.
and she goes, okay, so this is Celine. Celine has had a really rough time lately. She's real sad. But sometimes we need that sadness.
Oh no.
And she comes all the way over to the guy that's on the far right. And this is Charlie. Now
That's Moogle.
that's Moogle.
I just looked up. I looked up, and he was just face, and I lost everything. Oh my god.
He's not
this is
for
Charlie.
eating.
We call him Moogle though.
He's not for eating.
And Charlie is on absolutely every medication that a human can safely be on at one time, and he kind of like stumbles a little bit, almost safely at one time.
If that is true, he is fully erect under his little loincloth.
Oh, he is.
That's yeah, that just
Good for him.
You see, like it is like not polyester, but like pleather kind of.
Okay.
Like it's made for aesthetic, not for like
Yeah.
leather protection.
You know what's great?
And you see
for
a
after
cage
breakup?
underneath of it. Like you see a cage, like
Oh.
a metal cage underneath that.
I
Yeah.
love it here. I actually shop for Rebecca Jason's house.
you just
You guys don't know
know.
that one. All right,
You
sorry, I was
can
like,
feel
like-
it.
You bring the extra bottle of Sazerac. There's a party.
Something kinky is happening without
he's
me, Kat, as a
standing-
player.
And she goes, so anywhere between Celine and Charlie, you pick your poison tonight, and then I'll pick around you.
Yeah, she looks at her and says, "I can't do any more sadness."
Okay, then she just taps Charlie.
Rad. Okay.
Now you do get the impression that he is fucked up, and then everything else is like sad, neutral, just for food, super happy, and then like this is just bliss. This
Okay.
is just
Yeah, I'm
mind-altering bliss.
I'm gonna do a line of coke off this guy's dick, and then halfway
Yeah.
through realize that
It
I have
does not
become
move.
my mother.
Like,
Yeah.
He struggles. Never mind. He,
say it, you coward.
no, I'm just saying, like he struggles to be conscious for what you do, but it looks very good to him. It looks
Okay.
like he's loving every minute of it. But
Rad.
he is like not present on this astral plane.
Yeah, that sounds awesome right now.
And very quickly, you start to feel a little muted version of that.
Because this is weird stuff, do I get a hunger reduced as well?
You do. You do. You can have as much hunger reduced as you would like to reduce.
Well, it's just the one, if that's okay.
It is.
So,
It is
yeah.
for now.
Fuck off. Rad, and she's doing happy or neutral?
She's gonna do neutral.
Okay, that's fine, because I think I've been doing neutral this whole time while she
Yeah.
does whatever, so it's my
Yeah,
turn.
like you've
Your
definitely seen at least once before, probably not more than twice before, somebody this fucked up. Usually it's like she would get like wine drunk, like not obliterated, but just like I'm in a really good place all night.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
always got a sad, happy, and bliss, but she's always got, her little array.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna name him Remy tonight. Remy the manservant.
I like Remy.
Takes the extra menu items back upstairs.
Yeah.
They live here.
For now.
It feels good to be sad in a place like this.
In a hedonistic
Drop.
den of blood cult iniquity? Yeah.
Or AMC theaters.
Hey, they got dice jars now. So.
I know. So anyway, has Corey Brown, has he been Gould? Is he one of yours? Do you know?
No, the politician guy? No, he's not one of ours.
Do you have any politicians?
Locally? No.
Yeah.
Really. Lord, between like, I mean, the city doesn't run things necessarily in a way that I don't like. We have some aides here and then assistants here, and just kind of push and lose files in the right timely manner that we need.
Sure.
But are you interested in a politics? Are you going big?
Well,
Now, about this time, when she says big, you hear moing biggie ring. And you're like, whoa.
What word was that again?
Big.
Okay, thank you.
And then
is that the
she kinda-
traditional spell? Or?
She kind of like wobbles for a second in your vision.
Okay.
You're high now.
She just kind of clinks her glass a little bit and takes a sip of
I
hers.
try to poop her snoot.
And she just kind of like leans forward.
Yeah.
So why do you want a politician?
Because we're gonna take down the Second Inquisition, but we need help.
If anybody could take down the church, I think it's probably you.
Aww.
And she just kind of takes a
give her
drink.
a hug.
She like holds her glass away from you and like leans in
Like
and gives
I
you a hug.
get in her lap. Like,
Crawls
that's so sweet. You've always been so nice to me, and I really appreciate that, you know? And I'm sorry that I haven't always been so nice to you. It's just you wear really high shoes, and I find that very intimidating.
And as you're kind of like curled up, she kind of like reaches around you, and just kind of like she like puts her arm, because otherwise you'd be scrunching it up. So she like puts her arm around you, and the other one just kind of comes over and like clinks your glass. She goes, "The devil wears Prada," and she just
No, he wears a dog collar, but he didn't always. He used to wear jeans, but he wears khakis. He wears khakis really good. He has a nice ass. And those pants they make him wear, they do nothing for him. At all.
she's gonna let you talk.
I bet she is.
I bet she is. All I just love crawls into her lap. My brain just goes, Jim Kitten sub confirmed.
Yep.
I want nothing more than for Candide to walk in and just be like, okay, this is weird, but I'm allowing it. And just like,
Weird, but okay. It
my
is
two
Friday.
mommies, I want to talk to you about my terrible life right now.
It's
Candide,
Puppies.
Puppies.
my
Oh,
favorite
jeez.
game of good top, bad top.
And she just goes through as you talk. She just kind of like lets you, and she's like, "Oh, I know, those are the worst."
But we
There's
were
like-
so happy. It was like, oh man. And I would have invited you to the wedding, but I didn't know you, you know? And,
Yeah.
but I don't think you would have.
Roll a willpower check.
Please fail it. Please fail it. Willpower.
Before you tell me, I want you to cover up your eyes. I want to tell the cast what you have to have. No, cover your eyes, not your screen.
Well, I can't. I have to. Hold on. I have to find the willpower roll. Okay.
Okay.
Open.
Okay.
Now.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, man. So I got a crit and a fail,
Okay.
and then 3 successes.
Okay, so a crit is 2 successes.
Yeah. A
You had a
is
fail.
two.
And you had 3.
So that,
So
yeah.
4?
So 3.
Did you just like?
No, right. Two
Three
successes. A crit
successes.
is 2 successes. A fail is 2 fails.
Mhm.
They cancel each other out, so I had 3.
You are starting to. So while you feel high, while you feel drunk, it's a muted sensation, and you realize that you're telling her a lot of your business.
I am telling her a lot of my business.
You can continue. She's not stopping you.
Well, I know.
But you know that this could put you in an awkward position if you trust her.
I will murder
She's still
Rebecca Chase if you hurt my sweet baby gem. I don't know what to tell you.
She's not giving you any indication that she was. I'm just like, that's your. You can't possibly be that fucked up as a kindred to not realize it.
It's just.
It's nice to let go.
I don't know. Do you ever think about getting married?
Married? No, not married. Maybe like a blood pact. Maybe like I own you, you own me. But then it gets fucked up because like, so if I blood bind you to me and then you blood bind yourself to me, like, is that really an actual blood? It's a weird ritual. Not a lot of people do it. No, it could work if you did if you had 3 people, you could make that work. Because I own you, you own them, they own me, which I own you. There's no paper, rock, scissors. It's just ha 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 ha.
Oh. You've put some thought into that.
You heard it. Vampire Utopia is polyamorous blood pact. That's...
She goes down a little like tangent of like, that's how you know you can really trust somebody is when they're bound to you like that, and they can't hurt somebody else because they're bound to them. And she actually just tangents for a while of how useful that could be. But it is getting a little.
What I hear is her and Candy are looking for a third.
What I hear is they found one.
She kind of goes off a tangent, and you're like, "Oh, it's getting a little culty in here again."
Yeah. Okay. So, just between us, ghouls. Fuck, marry, kill.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Fuck, marry, kill. Candy.
Okay.
God,
I would fuck her, marry her, then kill her.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's okay. There's more. Have you never played this before?
No.
Okay, I give you.
Do we choose
no,
rotation?
I give you 3 people.
I don't want to kill her, then fuck her. That's weird. I'm dead, and she's dead, but she'd be extra dead. I don't.
Okay, I give you 3 people, and then you tell me which one you would rather do the one thing to, if those are the only things you can do.
Okay, so that makes more sense. She kind of clinks her glass.
You've never been poor, have you?
Not really.
Okay.
Not necessary.
So, fuck, marry, kill.
Okay.
Candy. Oh, and who would be some 2 fun others? I don't know. Cain and Lilith.
Oh. You know what? We're gonna say fuck, kill, marry.
Heard.
For those of us who struggle to keep track, can you put the names with those
Yes.
things?
Fuck
Has
Candy.
Sway
I was
never played
saying
this game? Like,
I was going
Candy.
to. It's just she's being still not understanding the game.
Oh.
So I would fuck Candy.
Right.
I would kill Cain and marry Lilith.
Huh, yeah.
Somewhere Liz is just going.
Same answer. Somewhere Liz looks up and goes, that cult. Got it.
Do you know a lot about Lilith?
Do I know?
Yeah.
Who? Ooh,
I'm
okay,
not a hound.
No.
It's not a hound out.
No, we all have to come from somewhere, right? And the kind come from somewhere, and then we come from them, but who created us? And you know that song, It's a Man's World?
Yes.
Well, they like to write their own fucking songs. So, who's to say that Lilith wasn't the one that gave us this gift instead of being cursed as Cain's progeny? Why does everything have to be a curse from men? Every fucking time.
I like that you think of it as a gift and not a curse. It's very
I'm
positive.
gonna look this good for fucking ever. This is a blessing.
That is a gift for all of us, and I.
She clinks your glass.
Yeah. Rad. Well, then I need to get some ghouls set up. Do you mind if I text real quick?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna
You're just
text.
gonna still lay in her lap and text.
Yeah. Texting the group chat. Y'all are. It's just thumbs up for a baby and then a bat.
Baby bat.
Yeah.
Not thin blood. You guys all understand this to be ghoul.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like thin blood is water, blood, water. In
Water,
our
blood,
symbology,
water. That
water, blood,
tracks.
water.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
because it's
Baby
the-
bats are ghouls because you actually want to take care of them, and thin bloods are like, oh.
I mean, there is like a zombie emote, but I don't know.
It
That
feels
just feels
wrong.
rude.
Listen, Zach, a smiley devil horn emoji.
Sweet. Yeah. Cool.
So wait, are we gonna have to rock paper scissors for who gets to ghoul Corey, politician?
Here's the
Right
thing.
now.
I think we need to if this is a long-term plan. This is switching to Siren for a minute. Did you ask that in character? Or out of
No,
character?
that
Okay.
was me. That was me asking out of character
No,
because
so then I will
I
answer
figured
out of
that Jem
character.
would be continuing.
No, I will answer out of character really fast then. I feel like if this is a plan, then we should plan someone to ghoul him who can give him abilities we want him to have. Whatever those may be. Because we need to ghoul him to strengthen his position, and if we decide it is charisma, magic, shapeshifting, whatever we can give him, let's
Only we
figure
had a
out
Toreador.
Fuck off. I'm close. But
Adjacent.
I'm
It's true.
Toreador
It's close.
adjacent. But no, genuinely, like what we need most in this position should be the person to ghoul him.
Yeah, for sure.
Whoever that is. Genuinely. Zero issues with whoever that ends up being.
Okay. So here's what we'll do then. Do we want to have that discussion out of character, right? As you guys, we can role play if we need to, or we can just say the group decided that this would be the best reason. But do you guys want to hash out whose ghoul it's going to need to be, or do you want to ask questions and roll, and I tell you what your answer you come up with?
So, a couple clarifying questions first. A, was there anything else that Jem was trying to ask Rebecca?
Yeah, let's let that
Oh.
finish first before we do anything else.
No, she's gonna chill there for a little bit longer.
Fuck, Mary, kill, coterie. Go.
Oh,
Oh, I want to know. Ask. Fucking ask. Go.
Yeah.
Yes, go.
we
now.
I know it. I know what the answer is gonna
I'm
be.
She-
ready.
I absolutely know what the answer is.
I'm ready.
She drinks the rest of her wine.
Yeah.
She goes, if I tell you, you cannot tell them.
Well, no.
Okay. And she takes a breath and she lets it out. Okay. Who do we want to start with?
Fuck.
No, which name?
Now you tell me. Who would? There are
Oh.
3 things that you can do.
But there's 4 people.
So you have to leave one out and pick.
Yeah, so someone's not getting something. Someone is walking away from the showroom floor, empty-handed but alive.
Okay, so I don't think, I don't think that Jace would be a really good fuck partner for me.
That's fair.
I don't feel like he would make a good husband
That is also fair.
for me. So okay.
Sure. Yep. That is fair.
Let's go with Siren. I think. Okay, she's a really good singer,
Yeah.
but not my music.
What's your music?
Okay. Not punk rocker chick.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say that would be difficult to live with for a long time. So I'm gonna also say kill. And then even though it is Liz now, right? So even though
Liz
Liz
now.
is amazing, Gangrel, I'm just gonna have to go with kill. Yeah. And then you, I don't want to tell you, so I'll leave you out.
She did the game wrong. You can't have 2 kills.
Game wrong. 3 kills.
I'm just gonna kill
Anybody?
all of you instead of being that open with you or living with you for the rest of my life. I'm just gonna kill all of you.
Really want to come over here anymore if this is the environment that
That's
we're
why I didn't tell you about you.
No, so now I just
Sorry,
have to
there's only 3 options, and we can talk about them, but I'm not gonna talk about you.
Hey, that's rude.
Not how the game works, Rebecca.
It's very telling that Rebecca Chase, in a game that has 1 rule, you pick 1 for each, goes, no, fuck your rules. And
That
it's
is
I'm
fine.
gonna pick 1
Very vengeful.
for each of them.
No,
True.
no.
This is now my new goal.
Ask
Jimmy is
her-
become back burner. Is trying to get her to
Everybody
No,
has
ask
to
her
try
to
to
do it with
fuck
the-
her.
stand.
Marry
Ask her to do it with the rest of the Primogen. Go.
No. Just
You don't want to know where the Prince stands on that
Kill.
list, do you?
Kill.
she wants to kill
Yeah.
everybody. I think I get it. Okay.
But she did want to fuck, marry, and kill.
Oh, Candy.
Candide,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean that is the truth.
That's some true love right there.
It is.
Some days I just want to fucking
Do
marry
you
you.
really love someone if you don't want to kill them just a little bit?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
You know what? That's
Only
very
on-
fair.
I'm
only on Fridays.
uncomfortable.
For legal
Oh.
reasons, this is all a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'm gonna stay there for a little bit, and then I'm headed over to Id's house, and you
Okay.
guys can do what you're gonna do.
Go back to Id's house, and you and Id have times.
We have to talk because I have.
Oh, okay,
I wanted to tell him what happened.
okay. Do you want to have that as a moment?
Do we have time?
Yeah.
Take it.
Okay.
And then we'll.
I'm gonna
discuss-
text on my way over. Is it raid night? Can I come over?
No, you're good. Just doing a
Great.
little PvP. This boomkin is amazing right now.
It's not though. Yes, your armor looks great, but sweet Jesus. I get there. He's just solo running through Noxramas. Such an asshole. Who would do that?
Rap.
So
Please say it to live.
If I really wanted to take away Sway's power, I would shave his beard
yeah.
and give
You
him
would only be
helium.
able to do it once.
I
You would only be able to. do
would
it
only
once.
need to do it once.
Maybe only about this much. Just-
You underestimate me, sir.
I don't like where this is going. I was happier when we were discussing killing each other.
We are. We still are.
The subject has not changed. Anyways, so
So I need to talk to you about some stuff.
okay. What happened in a day?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's like 10 hours of night. What did you guys do?
It was just me this time.
Okay. Well, then that's good. We can work that out.
I tried to spy with my little eye on the Second Inquisition.
Oh.
But I messed up and I didn't do it right.
Okay. Did they shut you out? Did they? Are you?
Oh.
Hurt you? Are you okay? Did you?
Well, I got into his dream. And I was able to interact with him.
Oh, okay.
And then
Wow.
and then it didn't stop, and then it wasn't a dream, and then we were awake, and we lived together for 15 years.
How does a priest? Well, hold on.
He wasn't a priest, he was just a preacher. And we were married, and we didn't have kids, but we had a school
You can't have kids.
together. I wasn't vampire, I was daylight. I was outside, and it was real.
He just kind of like leans in close and just kind of like pats you. It's just a dream. It was just a dream.
It was 15 years.
We all have these dreams. It's
You have dreams of being married to someone for 15 years?
But we all have dreams of not being us.
No, it wasn't just a dream. I know minute details. I know how he takes his tea. I know his fucking sizes. His ringtone is our song.
He just kind of leans back and just kind of puts his hand over his face and just... We need to get you out of the city.
What?
We gotta talk to the prince. We gotta get you out. If he knows who you are, they'll
But
kill you.
He loved me. He loves me. He's
them. They don't love. Like, no. They're just as supernatural as we are. They don't love.
Yes, we do! Yes, we do!
Not in the same way that you believe. That you... kind.
Fine. Then it's different, and it's weird, and it's broken, and it's stupid.
It's not broken, and it's not stupid. That's what you don't understand. It's just different.
Fine, then it's different, but that was real, and he remembers me, and he called me Ruby. That was his name.
Why is Ruby... What?
Because I have red hair, and it's a gem! Right? It's not the most creative, but
No, but
that's
you
fine.
would like that. It's sweet. You would like that.
And
Does he know where you're at now? What does
No.
What does he look like? I need to know what to stay the fuck away from him.
his name is James Callahan. Red hair, tall,
Okay, where do you run into this guy at?
there's a coffee shop. The coffee shop.
The
gotta come up with a
cafe?
name for that place. The cafe, yeah.
Oh god. Okay, you can't go back there. You can't. He could touch you and destroy you.
I could. She just stops and looks at him. I can't fix it, can I?
I don't know. What do you mean fix? There's a lot of ways this can be fixed, and none of them are going to be
I can't.
the three of us living in a fucking house together.
Didn't want that. Although apparently that's how you do it.
And he just kind of looks down. Okay.
No, just Rebecca Chase has some very interesting ideas on cohabitation.
How do you want to fix this? Because my fixing this is packing you on the next Anarch bus out of here.
Can't leave. This is my home. I have a business. I
He's
just
gotta
had a
go.
house.
He's got to go.
So, how do
No
we
shit.
do? But he doesn't know where I live, and he doesn't know where I work.
The
And
city is New Orleans, but it's not that big. They're the government. They're every camera. They're every cell phone.
I don't show up
They're
on
the
cameras.
church. That's also going to be, oh, there's something here that is not on the camera, and as it moves through here, you're not invisible. How would we get you? You were the one who spent damn near 2 decades with this guy. How do we get him out?
I don't know. I thought maybe if I could talk to him, I could get him back. Not back, but he'd be Jimmy again, and I could explain it, and he would go. And I'm hearing it as I'm saying it.
If
I'm
we
hearing
put
it as
you
I say it.
two in a room together, it's not likely you're going to walk out. Even if it's just to talk, even if he wants to just talk. It's
You really think I'm
He's
that
one of-
weak?
it's not that you're too weak. It's just they're too fucking strong. I'm not looking to go put myself in a fucking room with one either. Yeah, they're fucking holy fire just from fucking looking at you. UV bullets.
He doesn't know how to shoot a gun.
Heat tracking. You know what we look like on heat vision? We look like big cold spots. Call us the zeros. We have 0 body temperature.
I know.
Blue skins, because we look blue on a camera.
I know. It just hurts. And I don't...
Alright. I don't think you need to see him.
Okay.
I think if you do, best case scenario, you get your heart broken again. Worst case scenario, you don't walk out of the room.
I feel like a 6-year-old, but are you gonna tell Dad?
No, and I don't think you should either.
The Scourge knows.
Tell her I'm gonna try to get him out.
No. Please? Please don't.
Who else is gonna do it?
What are
Who
you
the
gonna
fuck
do?
is supposed to? How are we supposed to get him out of the city if you don't talk to him?
We're working on a plan that involves the homeless and politicians.
No, not them, him.
I don't know, but what are you gonna do? Just
one person. If you have enough people, is one person. Okay?
yeah. Well, then I could do it. Or
No.
but see exactly, and I don't want you getting hurt. I can't lose you too. I can't.
You know who doesn't get fucked up by true faith? Kind. Mortals. You got any of them willing to fucking die for you?
Maybe no.
You don't. Not enough to. But we do. We own these fucking streets.
No, we already talked to Candide.
What
Not
did you tell
about.
her. Oh god.
Well, not about. No. Jesus, I'm not that stupid as she remembers drunkenly telling Rebecca Chase some things about her wedding dress. Huh. I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry, but you have to understand my point, my place in this. I'm not going to just put him back in front of you.
I'm not
There's no
asking.
way. I know. But I want him away.
Okay.
Can I make him go away?
So long as you don't get hurt
I won't even be there.
and it doesn't get back to you.
The only way anything would get back to me is from you.
Thanks.
No, I'm not gonna. I'll handle this quietly. I'll take some guys.
You're talking
I'll
about
leave it.
killing him, right?
No. I don't think I have that in me. I don't think I can fight that.
So what are you
The
gonna
kind can. It's just a bullet.
what are you gonna do?
Get the kind to get him out of the city.
Just kidnap him?
And get him out of the city. And tell him he's not welcome in the city.
Yeah, but then he becomes a martyr, or they know that we're onto them, and then it becomes they double down forces, and it's worse.
The other option is him finding you in the sunlight while you're asleep.
He
He's
won't.
found out where you live at.
He won't. It's nothing's in my name.
Okay. So what do you want me to do?
Not hate me.
not gonna hate you.
Uppies.
He kind of just like hoists you onto his lap.
Thank you. Let me talk to everybody.
Okay, I won't do anything without telling you first.
You know, I'm a hound, so I can't just do stuff by myself anymore. They get
I don't-
real mad when I... Oh, they
I
got
don't wanna
mad
get
when I
killed.
had coffee with them. If I, like, ordered a hit on them, I think they'd... I don't
He
know.
actually, you see his skin kind of flush, and he takes a deep fucking breath in, lets it out.
I'm wasting... I'm wasting blood just so I can sigh in
And his
exasperation at your
skin just kind of
dumbass.
then sinks back down to its pallid gray. He literally Rouse checked to sigh that you had coffee with a
I
second
told you
Inquisition
that.
cruise.
I told you that.
I know, and every time I hear it, I want to strangle you.
It wasn't bad, and we needed information, and I got his name.
Yeah, I don't even tell me again. Don't even tell me again.
Oh. Go ahead, strangle me. I think I deserve it at this point, and it might just calm me down.
He just leans in for a kiss. Camera fades to black. And then
Once I want to not fuck up.
And then we're gonna do some out of character time. We can pop in and out as need be. But how do you guys want to go about deciding who gets the politician?
So remind me again.
There, yeah.
Whenever we have ghouled people,
Mhm.
what have been our options for what we give them? It's been a dot
So,
in a
it is usually a dot
discipline.
a dot in any of their abilities. Okay. So you're like,
Okay.
I want to give them a dot in, say, dexterity.
Oh, uh-huh.
So like Siren would give her little bodyguards a dexterity dot or a brawl dot or
Mhm.
something like that. And then I'm allowing you guys to give them one of your first level talents from any of the little greatness that you guys know.
Yeah.
So like you could give them a dot in blood sorcery to really make
Sure.
them fucking believe that there's magic in the world and you need to be aware of it.
We could give them
Yeah.
awe. We could give them
to make them better orators
That's
and
what
public
I-
speakers. And
That's what I was looking at was awe because I have presence, and awe, I don't think aspects would help necessarily. I have presence
Aspects probably wouldn't.
or dominate.
I
have-
think
but
Siren
I
is
think
the obvious
awe.
choice for a politician.
That's
Probably. I have-
unfortunately why I was.
If we don't have a
wondering-
Ventru, I think it's Siren. That's my
I have
my vote.
cloud memory is my dominate thing. If for some reason we wanted to be able to get him
wrong
to just
kind of politician.
No,
we
I
Tell-
think,
yeah,
I think
exactly.
that's what you. I think that's what you give one of his aides, who we ghoul to follow him around and protect him.
probably.
I think if you
Good
guys can
idea.
ghoul his aides and bodyguards, and I ghoul him, we can build a mini coterie in the political house that is actually really only has specifically what we need from them. Right? We give him all. We give one of them a different ability, and we give the other one a different ability.
If you
Imagining having everyone has a ghoul for the coterie, and then I have fucking Ryan who's just feral in the background.
if we wanted to have my
Bonus, I can dress and look like a politician's mistress when I go to
Oh,
see
for
him
sure.
to continue that ghouling, so I blend in. He's
I-
church hating. He might. Everyone knows that they exist. Like,
Okay.
my only first level like offensive thing is corrosive vitae. Basically, I
What?
can make my blood
Drip acid.
I can make my blood be able to turn items into steaming
Lock-
sludge.
Just
Mm-hmm.
acidic sludge. Eats through anything.
I'm gonna say no.
So like if we wanted to have one of them with cloud memory and one of them with the
spit acid blood.
with
I
the
like
weird
this weird
acid
superhero
blood.
group.
Okay. Here's what we do.
What?
Siren, you're going to go for the politician Corey.
Yes.
Do we have a last name for him?
Brown.
Corey Brown.
Corey Brown.
We were
I keep
all
wanting
ready
it to
with
be
that.
Cory Booker, and it's not.
Well, as we say, we couldn't remember.
Booker, catch.
So let's say he has like a fully fleshed out team. He's making a run for this. Campaign sponsors, aides, assistants.
What position is he
Who-
running for in town, by the way? Mayor?
He's
Senator.
Thank you, Senator.
Yeah. He's running to be, but he's running on a local platform.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's making very clear, I care about Louisiana. He's from New Orleans, so he cares, like he's a local guy. But he's running on a very like Louisiana first, but I fucking mean it. Instead of Louisiana first, give me money.
Mm-hmm.
And trying not to be antagonistic, but saying you don't need to rely on God to make your day a little bit better. And
Alright.
sometimes that day is being made better by helping his day get better. And he's been called, communist and leftist, and he's like, I'm very moderate.
We're good, but that's better than anyone we could have hoped to find here, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Some of his legal policies are on the rights in regards to like what his personal values are about like not hurting family, not hurting your community. But he's running for senator. So Matthew,
Yeah.
do you plan on taking one of his campaign schools,
Yeah.
or make one of his campaign and making them goals?
Yeah, I probably should. How many aides does he have?
He has as many as you need him to have. What are you
Okay.
looking to do? Are you gonna like
Well, no,
menagerie
because
of-
if he only had one aide, I would have us have a discussion between who wanted to have his aide as a ghoul, me or Liz.
Okay. Well, he's got like a personal assistant. He's got a campaign assistant. So it's like those are the two people that be with him all day. But he's also running an office.
Oh, true.
Like so,
Does-
he's got enough people around, and if he's going to be under the thumb anyways, it's kind of like, who around his circle do you want to be your representative?
Out of curiosity, Kat, does Sense and also Storyteller, does Sense the Beast allow you to see just like kindred, or would that be useful at all in also seeing Second Inquisition?
It would work with Second
Yeah.
Inquisition. It's anything supernatural,
Okay.
from ghosts on up.
Because she saw the werewolf and the true faith that was outside the
You
bar
saw
on
the
Halloween.
ghost.
Okay, perfect. Then, because looking at the things you listed, I think that Sense the Beast might be really good for
Well,
one
he's
of
not
his
black, though.
people to have. I have Cloud Memory. My other level 1 things are 2 ways to see ghosts.
Yeah.
And
Do you want to give
then-
him a sense
and
of
then
insane or
corrosive
abyssal, or was it Oblivion
vitae.
Sight?
Oblivion Sight, neither.
No, let's give an aide, an untrained ghoul, the
Oscar-
ability to bring a ghost home.
Oscar has Oblivion
Yeah,
Sight.
exactly. At that point, we might as well let
Yeah,
them
Oscar
get-
does have Oblivion Sight.
Oscar has
Why?
Oblivion Sight because I
Oscar's
didn't
more of
realize
like
that that's what he got whenever I said that he got 1 dot in Oblivion.
Yeah. It's
Um,
a lot of trauma. He didn't get to pick that one.
yeah. Then, yeah, I'll pick one of his, like, close personal assistants.
Personal assistant? Okay.
To be a ghoul, and I'll give them, I'll boost their wits,
Okay.
and then give them Cloud Memory.
Okay.
Will be the thing that they can get.
Okay. Now, does Liz want to get a ghoul in on this? Like maybe one of their personal bodyguards or another assistant, or
Bodyguard with Sense the Beast would be fucking
Your mic's not
great.
working?
Yeah, her
it's
her
charging
mic
up.
is dead.
so a bodyguard? Okay.
What thumbs up or thumbs down for Bodyguard with Sense the Beast? Yeah, there you go. Like,
Okay.
I feel like I
Do you
know
want
what
him-
Liz would pick specifically. Of like,
Do you want me
we're-
to give him a point in brawl or a point in dex or strength? Strength.
Strength.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
can you get
buff.
that? Matthew, are you taking notes on this?
I am
now he
now.
is.
It's fine. It's fine.
No,
Whenever
no,
you-
no, no, no. You're good. You're good. What
When you-
was the stat or skill that we were giving Corey Brown?
That was what I was going to ask Siren about. So bodyguard is strength and sense the unseen.
Mm-hmm.
Siren.
Yes.
You want to give him
Charisma.
charisma and then command?
No, it's
Or-
presence, awe.
Okay. Charisma and then awe.
Because
Gotcha.
it is manipulation plus presence versus and anyone in the presence of, and it's this whole thing, and it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Finds their attention
Meg.
inexplicably drawn to them. Those listening might suddenly agree on subjects where they want. Like that's perfect for a politician. Like
Yeah. Meg, do you want one on this little team?
No.
she's.
Okay. Then here's what I would like
against
to
it.
propose.
Oh
Here's
no!
what I would like
Are
to
we playing
propose.
them next week?
I would like it
Oh.
if we could play as the ghouls next week
Oh, Jesus.
and see this campaign from a little different daylight angle.
Okay.
Jem, you can play Ryan.
I was gonna actually suggest if we could do that on the 6th.
The week where you have to go be gone.
for Tech Week
That's
because I won't be
brilliant.
Fair
here.
enough.
Okay,
Okay,
in
yeah,
2
works.
weeks we will play. In
So,
2 weeks
yeah,
we'll
we
play as
can-
ghouls.
Play as the ghouls.
Oops, all ghouls.
We'll
Oops,
have a
all
ghoul.
ghouls. That's
And you guys can do whatever you want to Ryan.
Just
Seriously.
as ghouls.
Brilliant.
Just take her out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
No.
might be okay too.
No.
Well, that is where we will go ahead and end tonight then.
Yeah.
And then we will see you guys next week. Same bat time, same bat
In that
channel.
channel. We're setting a raid. Setting up a raid.
Because it's for bats. We are going to kick you guys out and send you over to a raid tonight. I can't see. Do you have
I
somebody in
hadn't
mind?
finished typing it yet.
Aha, that's where it was.
Yep.
Usually by the time I finish saying the sentence, it's popped up.
Usually yes, but I have a migraine and I'm a little slow today.
No,
No, you're
fine.
good.
We're going to send you over to Perception Studio and make sure you drop in, give them some love, tell them the bat sent you. And we will see you guys next week.